man.
Hi, Captain.
See you, what up? Adam, what up? Look, yeah, the mic's hot, baby, take no days off. Them other pods, everything that they say soft. No plays off, no plays off. Yeah, the mic's hot, baby, take no days off. Them other pods, everything that they say soft. Adam, see you, this is Thor, it's no plays off.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back. No plays off. We never quite know when we're coming at you, which day, which week, but we're here. The Holy Trinity is back together. See ya, Thorb, Kaufman, and fellas. Just it's wonderful to see you first and foremost. But in the spirit of seeing one another, you guys just did that in Florida. So I want to hear all about it. I'm terribly sad that I missed it. Not that I was invited. Was it the first time you guys actually saw each other face to face?
Accurate.
Indeed.
Wow, that's a lot of hype going into that. Could have been a letdown.
Yeah,
it could have been you know what? You're right, but it wasn't. It was it was pretty great. The only letdown was Thorb. So we went out to like a great spot in Fort Lauderdale. You know, threw back some drinks.
Sure.
Thorb a little bit more than me, but I was on par. And then all of a sudden, Thorb, I can't handle his liquor. He legitimately got like super sick for the next like 3, 4, 5 days. Thorb,
that might have been the most sick I've been in 10 years. And I think I know what happened, which I'm happy. I didn't tell you this at the time. So good thing you didn't get sick. So I was sick the entire week prior, just a regular type of sick, right? Not like I'm dying type sick, just regular. I believe what happened then is I had strep throat that entire time.
Ooh.
I did not take care of that.
Antibiotics, buddy.
I did not take care of it at all. So I had that the whole week prior, but I actually started feeling better by the time I saw you. And then I think that me actually going out and drinking and doing that really was like, told my body to like it was a big fuck you to my body. Mm-hmm. And then the infection started to take over everything. And I had a 103 fever for like 3 days straight before I even went to the doctor. And then I still had it at the doctor. And now I had a bunch of antibiotics. Thank God I got those because I had a wedding like 3 days after that I went to the doctor.
Yeah, you had to heal up quick to get on a plane.
Yeah, I was still not feeling good on the plane, but I was feeling good enough for like the pre-activities and then the wedding. I got absolutely shit-faced and it went well.
Doesn't seem like you really learned from the experience.
I didn't have a choice, man. It was a wedding and I was the best man and it was my best friend and I had to go in.
So it was a good time though. I mean, it's always a good time in Fort Lauderdale on Las Olas. We bounced around to a couple of spots and we were going to watch Matt Fitzpatrick blow his lead and lose us a lot of money if he wasn't sick. So in retrospect, it wasn't really that bad that he got sick because we were about to watch our bet that we had thousands of dollars on crashing, but at least thousands of dollars from a winning standpoint.
Potential earnings.
Yeah. But that's honestly the day I was most excited for, you know, sweating out, even though it wouldn't have ended well. I was very excited for that day and I had to hit you up in the morning and be like, yeah, dude, no fucking chance.
I'll be back in 30 days. I'm back in Fort Lauderdale, so hopefully you're there and healthy.
Repeat, get well sooner.
Yeah,
and don't screw it up this time. You know, you bring up Matt Fitzpatrick, and look, I mean, I am not the golf bettor that you guys are in any way, in terms of handicapping the sport, in terms of volume of the bets, in terms of amount wagered. I mean, you guys take the cake with the sport far more so than me. But look, I mean, any investment that any gambler makes, you kind of take personally, right? Mm-hmm. And going into last week, maybe I just should have been scared off by this. The world was on Matt Fitzpatrick. I mean, he couldn't have been more chalky. And I'm not going to say I went crazy like nuking his outrights or anything like that. But what I did do more conservatively is I had this dude in a bunch of parlays, top 20s, make the cut. Dude, that guy, he didn't even make the cut. I mean, talk about a complete no-show of a performance for a dude that was just supposed to go out and win the damn thing.
What did we tell you about these parlays, man?
I'm a parlay guy. What can I tell you? I'm addicted to it.
I mean, we're 49 days away from NFL kickoff, and I'll be the first to say I'm going to do so many dumb SGPs and so many dumb like reverse correlated receiver props. And it's so fun. But I will say, like, when I did a lot of that last year, it's funny how it works too. Like the beginning of the season, at least from a parlay standpoint, like I'll hit a few and I'll like win like a decent amount of money. And then for the next 3 months, I hit zero. So it's like, all right.
Yeah.
Well,
I did tell you guys that NFL is the only one that actually gets me to do the dumb shit.
You get
that Adam
reckless
does all the time. Yeah, I'm going to do so many touchdown parlays. It's going to be out of control.
Can't we make the argument at least that it's good for account health or some shit like that?
Sure, I wasn't able to be saved by the dumb parlays. They didn't care after a certain amount of after a certain amount of time. But NFL season touchdown parlays are by far my favorite and the one that the most I believe.
All right. Well, we have something to look forward to. I mean, as far as Matt Fitzpatrick, I mean, that's a pretty good representation of just golf in general. Like the guy that makes the most sense that everybody's on ends up being like one of the worst out there because he didn't even come close to making the cut. And that was off the week of like we thought he was going to win the week prior. So yeah, man, that's golf. It's been a really weird outright year. It's been my worst outright year I've ever had. And I've been betting golf since like probably 2010, I think is when I started. So it's just been I've been okay in the round matchups and I've hit a handful of first round leaders, but the outrights, I mean, either I'm way off like Matt Fitzpatrick or I've got like 2 or 3 guys either leading or in the mix on Sunday. And all of them don't even come close to winning by the end of the day.
Yeah. Do you give yourself hedge opportunities or just it's going to go how it goes?
That's the problem. I'm happy to do hedge opportunities, but usually I will do them down the stretch on the back 9. My guys are so like out of it by then, even though they were at the top of the leaderboard, that there's nothing I can do about it.
Great comment from fam. I still have no clear clue who's seeing
our names on here.
I love you guys. I don't see them at the bottom of the screen. So yeah, I mean, I guess that's the mystery. Should we tell you guys to raise your hands or something like that? Japan in the chat. It's good.
I'm sorry.
This is
I'll see it.
Just which one looks more like a rapper?
That's a fair question, I think.
I mean, I think
I
don't look like one at all, but you really don't look like.
Yeah, I really don't look. Like I could be one of those like European rappers or something.
Sure. Yeah, well, my 4 straight Matt Fitzpatrick 80-1 futures on all 4 majors didn't work out as well as I wanted. That'd be cool. But I mean, Ryan Fox was clearly the obvious choice. I knew 4 months ago. Apparently, didn't even know I had it.
Oh, that's right. Well, tell that story. That's actually
this was an actual bet then.
Incredible. Yeah. I actually got a shit number. What I would assume, I'm a really big Ryan Fox guy, especially in majors. Like usually just to add to some sort of make the cuts or top 40. I love the guy. He built like a brick shit house. He just he golfs so fast. I love the guy. And I guess 4 months ago, I was probably watching golf. I was like, wow, Ryan Fox looking good out there. And then I must have just went on the app and was like, which major would he win? It'd probably be the Open. Just put a measly, this is probably what I was a little more relaxed with the betting. Put a measly $16 on him, but that $16 won $2,000. And then I also live bet him in the last round for a pretty big amount. Yeah.
So just to be clear, that future you made was like many, many months ago.
About 4 months ago, yeah.
And you might have mentioned this, but you forgot that you made that bet and you realized it once the money hit your account, correct?
Yeah, because I was about to lose a bunch of money on Scotty Scheffler because just throughout the week, just slowly just adding and adding, waiting for that big Scotty Scheffler day that used to happen back in the day. Now it doesn't happen as much. And then I was expecting just a huge negative in the account. And I'm like, what's this $2,000 plus? And then it was just a Ryan Fox outright, which is nice.
I did one bet that I had on Scheffler. Not that I had peanuts on it. Like the fact that it didn't hit, I don't care. Other than lighting money on fire, stupid. But I bet Scotty at maybe I think it was like minus 110, and then I took it up over into plus money with a boost just to win a major that like entering the year. And of course, Ofer. Eric in the chat asking about my hallucinogenic Gumby t-shirt. Yeah, I completely forgot I'm sitting in front of a green screen and that this shirt has green. So there's a hole in the where Gumby.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Shout out to Eric, fam. Oh, damn, it's Austin, Japan in the chat.
Yeah. No, I was just like annoyed, and I'm going to do it again. Like I'm going to be dumb again. I'm going to ask you guys for your favorite plays for the 3M, and
it might hit.
And I'm going to, I'm not saying I'm going to be dumb tailing you. I'm saying I'm going to be dumb putting together, a half dozen guys that like just to make the cut or placement plays. The last 2 weeks, I've missed out on what would have been, not by Thorpe standards, but like nice payouts, in the hundreds, nice payouts over the last couple of weeks on parlays that each time missed by one on like the one dude that I wouldn't have thought it would miss on.
Yeah. You never put that guy in. Because I mean,
last week it was Fitzpatrick, who again, like everyone was on. The week before, and I did it to myself, the week before it was Scotty, who had made the cut in freaking 80 straight tournaments.
You put him in a make the cut parlay?
I did. It was like minus 1,100, and that was the leg that torpedoed me. It was awful. It was so bad.
That's wrong.
I knew it was wrong. I did it anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Speaking of half a dozen,
you want to go in on your picks for the 3M?
Yeah, so this is the most outrights I think I've bet all year. I have 6, and they're all in the without Scotty Scheffler market. So I'm really kind of spraying the board, but in like the weakest way possible.
Sure.
So I'm just going to run down the list here.
Yeah.
Jackson Suber 35-1. I was very reluctant to bet that one, but I've been on him, and I don't want to not be on him if he wins. And again, without Scotty, I think he can win 35-1. Again, without Scotty. Doug Ginn without Scotty, 38-1. Mac Meisner, 45, all without Scotty. Max Homa, 50, although that's probably 40 by now. John Kiefer, 50. And William Mao, 66.
So fast.
Okay.
Mao.
See, I don't have the without Scotty markets anymore where I'm at. And I don't feel like hitting up Sia to place all my bets all the time. I'm still going to do it for a decent amount of time, but not all the time. So I'm just Scotty's gonna win eventually, even if he's playing at his B games, even C+ game, he could still probably win this tournament. So, but yeah, so I have all, including Scotty in this market. I have Michael Brennan 84-1, Pearson Cootie 61, Ben James bitch at 54, William 76, RMP, Rasmus Niergaard Peterson 84, and Sam Stevens 76.
I can't keep up.
I think I have 6 as well.
I'm just gonna need you to text these.
Yeah, I can do that.
So you went. I can't remember the first couple names, but you went bomber narrative for sure, right? Which makes sense.
Yes, bomber with a hint of accuracy, preferably.
Okay.
Yeah.
Solid.
And honestly, all bombs, because like I didn't want to take anyone like the 30-20 range, because I do feel like Scotty's. I guess I've been thinking that for a while and it hasn't happened, but so my lowest guy is 54-1, and I never do that. I usually take some guys towards the top.
If you guys have golf questions, we can get to them. But do you want? Can we change the subject? I've got a wish list here. Let me go down the list real quick. We actually already covered one of these, and one I don't really need to cover.
Sure.
LeBron James. NFL training camp and or futures. Thorb and Sia meet up in Lauderdale, so we already did that. I think. WSOP main event story time. I was going to maybe talk because it's the main event. They're down to the final table. I think that's where the status of the main event. I played it in 2018, and there's this one hand I haven't really talked about, but there was like the biggest hand of my life that I lost. 3M open bets. We just covered that. And Icon. Icon is one of Thorb's new songs. Not Akon, but Icon. Thorb, this new song, Icon, ICON, is pretty great. You've got a lot of good new songs that came out. How is that being received on Spotify and some of the music platforms?
My Spotify's going fucking ape shit, and I still don't really get it. I do get it. I mean, it's not like I don't think it's deserved, but it's in a weird way where I'm not even promoting that much of it. It's just taking off by itself.
The algo has found you.
The algo has found me, and it has taken care of me very nicely. I wish I could have announced it today because it's so. Oh, never mind. I can. I have just reached 500,000 monthly listeners on Spotify.
Jesus.
As of today, 503.
For context, so you said 500,000, right? So for context, what do you think it was like 6 months ago and 12 months ago?
6 months ago, probably 150K.
No way.
12 months ago, maybe 100.
Wow, that's a jump.
Yeah. That's a guess. I'm not sure. I could be exaggerating the climb, but that seemed it. I mean, I think 2 months ago it was at 300 or less. So it's just going. I'm waiting for
the
like
drop. Quiet. But you're waiting for what? The drop?
Yeah, and it's just not. I don't know.
We're still ascending. We're climbing.
Yeah, I think we're still climbing.
Who has like quiet goals? Maybe not things that you advertise generally, but like what was the number? That you were looking to get to by a certain point. Was 500,000 on your mind? Was that higher than you were even thinking about? Is it 1 million? We not there yet? Like what was the goal?
This is way higher than whatever goal I had. My goal was, it wasn't the monthly listener thing. It was 1 million streams per month, which I hit that, which I never celebrate any of these things, which I'm working on. I should probably, the 500K, that's a big one. But so 1 million streams a month is what I was trying to do. And now I'm doing almost 2 million a month.
Jeez.
Hell yeah.
And like it just went past 1 million so quick, I couldn't even think like, oh, that's cool. It kept going. I'm like, all right, well now I don't really know. But like the 500K monthly is that number to me, and to like a lot of that number is bigger than like a lot of signed like to label type artists out there. And me, I'm just me in my house making shit.
So back in the day, and I'm talking like 20, 25, 30 years ago, my understanding of the music industry is when you came out with some sort of hit, and I know this is across the board with a lot of different songs that you may think are top songs or may not think are top songs from you. But back in the day, like artists would like shop their songs to like radio stations. And obviously it's a different culture now, like different platforms and whatnot. But when you come across a hit or when you get to a certain status, are you shopping yourself in any way outside of social media to try to like level up even more?
So the only thing I guess I would consider, because I just know people who have done it. There's actually a kid who lives in Miami. And just to give you reference, he's at around like 700, 800K monthly. And he sold. No, that's bigger. That's bigger. So he sold his catalog at the time for millions of dollars.
Oh.
So, and so when you sell your catalog, you're selling everything you've done in the past, but typically how it works, you retain everything that you make in the future.
Mm-hmm.
So you could still make money off of everything you're putting out, which should do well because you already built that platform and that audience. But I forget, it's enough for him to live in Brickell, which
yeah,
a fucking lot.
It's expensive.
So, and I get now, since like this stuff has been happening, I get an email from whatever the fuck company like every day, just trying to look into buying my music somehow. So that's something I haven't even answered any of them, to be honest with you, because I'm not really looking to do that yet. Because until this goes down, I'm selling myself short with whatever I do.
That's right.
Because in 6 months, if I have that same growth, I'm at 1 million. And then I could sell it for quadruple what it's at now.
Are these record labels or music platforms that are trying to buy your catalog?
Record labels mostly, or A&R companies, stuff like that. So
you're not
they
signed
try
on a label though, right?
Nothing. Yeah, I own everything, which is great. So because most people don't, and they give so almost every song, unless it has like a feature or something, like so for instance, Icon has like the guy NK in it and stuff. So unless there's a feature, I own 100% of everything, which is very rare because usually people have to give up cuts for something, whether it's promotion, mixing, mastering, and stuff. But I do all of that. So.
I haven't even asked for my manager cut, so
I know.
that's coming.
Yeah.
You did discover him.
I need you to do more.
That's fine. Just give me 3% of all earnings.
So like obviously you've been able to do stuff from the Pole Wax studio and you're making some videos, and clearly these guys are incredibly accommodating of, your recording schedule and creative freedom and blah, blah, blah. But is having a full-time job disruptive to your artist growth?
Very, but well, I mean, I wouldn't say that because it's draining, I would say, because it doesn't take time away from it because I make the time. So let's just say if I'm at the Pole Wax Studios from 12 to 7, I get home and I work on stuff from 7 to 1 to 2 a.m. So I'm never not like working on something. So it's if this lasts a certain amount of time, then I start to get very drained, and then I'll have to like work something out. But they're cool enough to where I could probably, I don't want to say anything at first because I just started there, and just be like, hey, I want to work less, by the way. So we'll probably get to that point because I don't want to burn myself out to where, one, I'm like, oh, fuck, I got to make this song tonight or do this tonight, or fuck, I got to go to the POAX, I got to do this. I don't want to get to that point. So once that starts happening, that becomes a problem to me. But I'm used to the whole, even when I worked 11 hours a day at my enterprise rent-a-car job, I did the same shit. I just got home and then worked for 6 hours until I went to sleep. So it's been the same, but it gets fucking exhausting a lot of times.
So Ghost has a follow-up, and this kind of goes back. Sorry, Adam, I know you had a follow-up, so just remember your thought there. But
no time for the ladies is correct, by the way. Yeah.
Well, so, and what's interesting about that is that now we went to Moxie's when we met up on that Friday night over on Las Olas, which is like a great place to go. The people watching is unmatched. With that said, it was like super crowded and it was like super hot. So we went upstairs to the upstairs bar. There wasn't as much going on there, but I mean, you can't help but like, if you have time, you can't help but like run into so many attractive people in that area. And so it's a fair question from Ghost. You truly don't have time for that.
Correct. Well, I've been single for 11 years for a reason. So now that's not to say I can't make time at a 2 a.m. type of situation or something like that.
You up call?
Yeah, you know, I'm not opposed to things like that, but they're very, you know, women like more than that typically. So, you know, if they're not interested in that, you know, that's fine. That's fine. I'm not like, oh no, you know, then we will spend a Tuesday afternoon together. I'm never spending a Tuesday afternoon with you. There's no fucking chance. There's no, I'm not doing it. That's
honesty. There you go.
Yeah, and I'll tell them right away. I'm very honest with it. Yeah.
Gotta know. No, what I was going to ask you before, back to the recording, is given that you don't have a label and everything sounds like kind of that is on your schedule, like do you have deadlines? Like do you have like this song or a song needs to be done by this time, or is it just the weird hours you put in because those are the hours that you have available?
Yeah, basically the time I put in is just to stockpile as much shit as I possibly can. So for instance, now it's a little more complicated because I went to the artist retreat and I made like 17 songs there. So, and there's a lot of hands in those because there's features and stuff. So they're like, hey, is this day available? I'm like, dude, I usually don't plan shit. I just have a bunch of stuff and just like, okay, this will go next Friday. This will go next Friday. And I'll just release it like that. But people are way different than me where they actually want to strategically like map out what songs release. So I'm basically good on music until probably August, September at least. But it's not mapped out to like the exact day. I don't know. It's weird. But the idea behind being, I guess, an independent artist is stockpiling as much shit as you possibly can. So when these runs happen, when these like big jumps in listeners and following happens, you are so prepared that it's not like, oh, they have this one song they really like and you're not if you're not releasing, my opinion, every week as an independent artist, you're not trying at all. That's my opinion.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Ghost wants to know why young men are so disciplined and dedicated to their craft. It feels so un-American.
Oh, there's a lot that aren't. There's just like so many.
Too many.
Yeah, they're out there. They're out there. A lot of Americans out there.
Well, hey, we're proud of you. Keep building, man. Keep crushing. Eventually, you're going to leave us in the dust, and that's going to be sad. But we are rooting for you anyway.
I mean, every song that comes out is like a 9 or a 10. That's what it feels like to me. Maybe I'm biased because we're all friends here, but I'm telling you, go listen to Icon. Back is also with NK, right?
Yeah.
The song Back, B-A-C-K. That's an excellent song. You had a song that you released in between those two that I remember. OTW came out recently. Yeah. It's really good. Again, anybody who's listening right now, just go to Spotify, listen to all the songs, but the new ones are those three: Back, Icon, OTW. I'm probably missing a couple, right, Thor?
Yeah, well, it's every single week, so I can't even think of them at this point.
Fair enough.
But yes, and the cool thing is, so like the OTW one is with a kid that I met at the retreat, and now I've always wanted to be in the position where if I do a song with somebody, it could take them to that spot where I really wanted to go. So hopefully, so that's a kid who I think is incredibly talented, lives in Nashville. He has like 40,000 monthly listeners. If I see him go to like 100K because of that, that's going to make me feel like super good. So because I always wanted somebody, say like me, to do a song and then maybe bring up my numbers in a way that like really helped him find listeners and shit. So like that's the cool. It's even NK too. Like I hope he goes to the moon because that kid's so fucking good. It's insane.
This is like the equivalent of the early days of Twitter, when if somebody had a lot of clout and you were kind of just starting your account, most people were probably like had enough, like pride or whatever to not ask, but you in your head, like sheepishly, it was like,
yeah,
all right, so if you could just send a tweet like, hey, follow my buddy, that kind of thing. It's like just whatever it is, like whatever the expression about, the tide lifting all ships and all that stuff, that kind of deal.
You're always hoping that bigger one comes around that just like generically, organically likes you and then brings you up with.
Right.
And yeah.
So Thorb's down in South Florida. He's wearing a Heat culture looking shirt, even though it's actually not.
You didn't get any fights with Tyler Hero or Bam Adebayo, have you?
No, but I saw it.
With all that said, I'm sure you guys saw the story from the Miami Heat media department.
Yeah, I think somebody lost a job over that.
I'm assuming at least one person lost a job. But does that, and so just for everybody who's like stumbling in, listening to the podcast, who doesn't know what we're talking about, obviously LeBron James hasn't made his decision yet. It might happen while we're on the show. What's up, Addison? Addison, I've seen him around a lot also on, speaking of Twitter, he does a lot of F1 racing stuff. So shout out to Addison. But so LeBron James hasn't made his decision yet. A lot of teams in play, including Philly, Golden State, Miami, Cleveland, of course. And the Miami Heat media department accidentally tweeted something out that made it look like on July 27th, Miami was having a press conference, basically announcing or discussing LeBron James joining the Miami Heat. And then they quickly deleted it. But of course, everybody saw it. So Adam, does that tell you that, I mean, the excuse from Miami is like, we're just preparing for it in case it happens. But that seems like a pretty poor excuse. Like, I don't think a media department would even prepare that tweet. It takes 5 seconds to prepare it anyway. Why would you do that a week ahead of time? Anything? Go ahead.
Yeah, here are the things that, like, I'm just guessing because I've worked for teams, but I've never worked for an NBA team. I'm assuming the types of things that these teams, if they truly don't know but feel like they're actually in the fight, the things that you're preparing behind the scenes, the things that you're having, your media PR teams prepare. Highlight montages, obviously if it were Miami, given that he already played there, some incredible looks back on all the success and 4 straight finals appearances and 2 championships. Like you're going crazy with social media porn for Heat fans out there that you are going to be ready and willing and able to post, just blast everywhere across social. Obviously, the media team is also putting together a press release, just so when when the announcement is there, you can boom, fire it off right there in conjunction with LeBron, depending on how he elects to announce it. Is it going to be another sit-down decision 3.0, or is it going to be a tweet? I can't imagine it's going to be that simple, but we'll see what it looks like. But those are the things that you are admittedly preparing in advance. In the same way that 2 teams go to a championship round of something, you're not advertising it. Most teams aren't, but everyone is planning parade routes and championship plans. All the merch is getting made, all of that stuff, because you got to be ready. You got to be prepared as soon as that game goes final. What you're not doing, to your point, is scheduling tweets, because that takes seconds. You don't need to do that. So this obviously was a screw up there, and somebody probably out of work. And I think I saw somebody on Twitter even say that Miami may have posted a job for, someone involved in YouTube content creation for them as early as this morning in the wake of this thing. What I hadn't really thought about, and then I saw somebody post this on social media, and it's a great point. When this was posted, no matter how quickly it was deleted, obviously it was a talking point. It was recognized. I wonder how much it may have shifted or influenced gambling markets. Like, how much money do you think may have been lost potentially if he doesn't go to Miami by people that saw this and immediately invested in something one way or the other in the wake of this news that isn't actually news? That's where things in this culture where gambling is becoming more widespread, and we love it. You know, all three of us, I imagine many of the people listening as well. But it gets a little dirty. It gets a little finicky, obviously. And so that's the thing that I'm more curious about than anything.
Well, I'm sure a lot of people bet on
much.
Now, where is that bet of it? Because I don't even think in Virginia, I don't know that a bet like that is available to me. I know, like Virginia, you can't do award market bets in Virginia for the most part. So also the max bet can't be that high.
Futures.
Say it again.
You could do team futures.
Sure.
Yeah, but that I don't think
like
that qualifies.
Kalshi's and shit like that are so big now. I'm sure people went.
Yeah, exactly. No, I'm sure it's available in a lot of places, but obviously Kalshi in the prediction markets for sure. But and I guess with Kalshi, because I was just going to say sportsbooks usually have a max bet on stuff like that, but with Kalshi and Polymarket and stuff, that doesn't exist, does it, Thorpe?
The odds will shift if there is not enough liquidity in the market to take your bet. So it depends. So technically there's no max, but say you're going to bet a even money bet and you just keep adding zeros, it could go from the even to minus 120 to minus 130. You know what I mean? It goes like that. And it'll fill in that way as well. You'll get $1,000 at even and then 1,500 at the minus 105. So that's kind of how that works.
I have a question for you guys, and it's a two-parter. Where do you think he's going to go? Where do you want him to go?
Okay, I'll answer first. I now think he's going to go to Miami. Now, before this thing came out this morning, I think I would have said, I didn't really understand the Philly thing where everybody was convinced he's going to Philly. I could be wrong. Maybe that's where he ends up. I think it would be Cleveland, Miami, or Golden State. So I always thought he was going to Golden State, and that's actually kind of where I want him to go because it would be cool to watch him play with Steph. But also, the Western Conference is just, in my opinion, way more stacked than the Eastern Conference. So to me, joining in the East makes a little bit more sense. So to me, it's like Golden State or it's Miami. I don't think he wants to end his career in Cleveland personally, even though that's home for him. Thorpe, go ahead.
What are the odds saying? I've never looked at it.
I assume there's a LeBron next team market, obviously available, be it Kalshi or on the books. I haven't really looked at it in a little while.
Alex, get on it.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
Alex.
So according to both Polymarket and Kalshi, LeBron James has a 50% chance to go to the Miami Heat.
Followed by?
The next team is the Cleveland Cavaliers, trading at 26, Golden State at 14, 76ers at 10, and then the Timberwolves, which I would love to see. I would love to.
Timberwolves would be crazy. He's not playing with LaMelo Ball.
I would love to. He's like with LaMelo, he's like the dad that tells you to do dumb shit, but just not to be stupid. You know, he would be a great role model for LaMelo.
Yeah, with LaMelo, you get LeVar though. You don't want to end your career.
LeVar's actually a nice guy when it all settles down.
I mean, he's certainly quieted down. There's no
that's true
about that. What do you think, Thorpe? Where's he going? Where do you want him to go? And Alex, you can answer that too if you want.
Well, I just figured out where he's going.
So based on you're just reading the tea leaves and saying he's going to Miami.
Yeah. Also, that is where I want him to go because that'd be sick because I'm here. Yeah. So imagine going to see. I get Giannis. I get LeBron. Go to a Knicks game. That'd be fucking sweet.
So it'll feel like. You know, and granted, they're not going to be as good as the initial big three, but it'll feel like the big three that was originally formed with obviously Bosh and D-Wade. I was down in South Florida during that time, and Miami was the center of basketball. Like it was just unbelievable, the atmosphere down there. So, I mean, this will feel at least adjacent to that, at least for a while until they get real. They don't really have a supporting cast.
But I'm guessing it like center of basketball, electric, all that. I'm guessing it was pretty fair weather though, right? Like these weren't actual Heat fans. It was just.
Oh, that's true.
This is really cool. This is fun.
That's always going to be the case in Miami. Yeah. 100% of the time, no matter the team. That doesn't mean there's not diehard fans, but there's not enough of them to create that culture that you see in like Northeast teams. It just doesn't happen down there. They think some people think it happens down there, but it doesn't. Just trust me on that.
Definitely doesn't happen down there.
I think some of the pole wax fellas have season tickets. So yeah, come to Miami, LeBron. That'd be fucking sweet.
Yeah.
I'll tag along.
Yeah, I don't think it's Golden State. I certainly don't think it's Minnesota. I agree with everything Sia said about the East being weaker than the West, and therefore that just, if truly, I don't know what's important to him. Does he just want to kind of, be competitive but have some fun and play with his buddies, and then maybe that lends credence to the Steph and Golden State thing? But if he's chasing Jordan's ghost, so to speak, and looking for rings, it's only natural that he goes to the East, because if he is in Golden State or Minnesota, in my opinion anyway, you're not on the level of San Antonio, of Oklahoma City, of
right.
Denver. And so the East, despite obviously the Knicks coming off their championship, it's just still a more wide open conference. And so I don't love the Philly thing. I'm surprised how much people are talking about it.
It's weird.
LeBron, even being, 41, 42, I don't think he is the type of guy, and maybe I'm wrong about this, but he doesn't strike me as the type of person that wants to be the fourth or fifth option in the offense on a given night behind some combination, obviously, of Embiid when he's even available, Maxey, Brown, Edgecombe, and his ascension. Like, it seems messy to me. So you're looking at Miami, a team that I don't think is a contender with or without him. I don't think you have any depth there. I think it's kind of the Lakers all over again. And then Cleveland.
Hold on, real quick. Before you get to Cleveland, I understand the Lakers weren't going to go to the finals in the Western Conference, but we never actually got to see the Lakers in the playoffs with Luka fully healthy. Don't forget, LeBron was instrumental in beating the Houston Rockets, partially without Austin Reeves. So I'm just saying the rerun of the Lakers, we actually don't know what that would have looked like. Yeah, they probably would have lost to OKC or San Antonio, but I personally don't think it was a guarantee. We don't know how good Luka would have been in those series.
Yeah, fine. I mean, I wasn't a believer in the Rockets, so them beating Houston didn't mean much to me.
But it was just LeBron.
And
Reeves for a couple games.
Yeah, there was some turning back the clock there for him for sure. Lakers didn't really get to enjoy a whole lot of health. I'll agree with that. Cleveland, I guess, narrative-wise, like I do like the storybook, even though it's round 3. It doesn't quite mean the same thing as if he hadn't gone back, originally, and it was a true like beginning and end. That would be a little bit more fun. Obviously, he's already done the return and won the title and all of that. But I just think it also makes more sense. I mean, that is a team that needs. I don't know how much he gets you over the hump necessarily, but man, he helps. He helps a Mitchell, Harden, Mobley, Allen group. Yeah. Obviously, that needed to make some moves in the offseason to, prove their, like Mitchell's, we've talked about this. Mitchell's not a 1, not on a contender. He can be a 1 on a 50-win team that gets you to the second round.
Yeah.
But, and that's not to say LeBron shows up and he's the 1, but maybe you can kind of have, I don't know, just a little bit more balance to that starting unit where it does elevate the Cavs. I think that would be a fun watch.
If he goes back to Cleveland and they don't get it done, is that worse for him than not going at all?
Then not going where at all?
Cleveland.
Just going somewhere else versus going to Cleveland and losing?
Right.
I think Cavs fans would be obsessed with him going, but no matter what they've said about him in the past and how many jerseys may or may not have been burned, they'd be obsessed with the return and the prodigal son coming home and all of that.
Yeah.
How long does that last?
It's going to be a year or two, and then he's out.
Well, so that's the next question. I'm starting to think, obviously, injuries get in the way here potentially as you age, but I don't think this is LeBron's last year. And that's kind of stunning when you think about it, given how old he is.
So I didn't think so. And then I saw the report, Yahoo or somebody had it, that he's hired a documentary crew to basically follow him around all season and make like his own, whatever, like starting 5, except it's just LeBron. If he's documenting the year, that to me screams farewell tour send off.
Or he just might not know, and he wants to have a just in case situation if he doesn't get to this. Yeah. But I think in his mind he's thinking he can go another couple of years, and I think he's right.
He could.
Yeah,
he's coming to Florida to golf. All right, that's really.
Is he a big golfer? I feel like we don't usually see LeBron on the course.
Oh, he's so into it now. It's like his favorite thing.
I didn't
know
that
video with what's his name on
Bob
YouTube.
Sports. Yeah.
Okay.
Golf is like his new addiction. So,
that's the new obsession, huh?
Yeah, and I've been there. So he's coming to Florida. It's a fact.
Yeah, I'm starting to. I mean, obviously with the news this morning, I just don't think that's random.
His son is really good.
It doesn't
golf?
feel random.
No, basketball.
Oh yeah, he's pretty good. Big Cheesy in the chat. What's up, Big Cheesy?
His son
Do any
does
of these
good
teams
golf
have
swing,
multiple
obviously.
roster spots available so somebody can trade for Bronny?
Miami
They'll make
does.
room. Yeah.
That's true.
Miami doesn't have anybody. And so to me,
Starting.
one thing LeBron knows is that Eric Spoelstra is a good coach, but also that he can get the most out of role players that nobody's ever heard of. So I think if you're LeBron and you're joining Giannis and Bam Adebayo, who's still not, Bam Adebayo is not even 30 years old, I don't think. I think he's 29. Somebody fact check me on that. But I think the other, whatever role players they have that like nobody really believes in, if you have that as your core, Spoelstra's going to find one or two guys, maybe three, that all of a sudden are like Max Struessing it and like, oh, these guys are actual contributors, Duncan Robinson, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And they could pull way more strings with that roster, and especially with Bron coming there. I think we talked about this before. Like Bron has always done that, just brought like his buddies that he knows in the league that he can get there to help. So that's why I don't believe. I think Adam, you said that you still don't think they're contenders if he goes there. I definitely do.
Yeah, I think they are in terms like. Here's the thing. LeBron he wants to get to the finals. You never know what happens in the finals with injuries and whatnot. Like I think in the East. They're a top 3 team with LeBron, in my opinion.
Yikes! No, I don't see it.
Okay,
I'll be proven wrong.
No, but who are though?
I mean, the Knicks, obviously. I think I think the Pistons are, should be in that conversation.
I don't think the Pistons aren't very good.
Seed last year. You don't think they're top 3 next year?
Not even a little bit. The Pistons are a regular season 1 seed. They almost lost to Orlando and frankly should have lost to Orlando.
Well,
they were bad in the postseason last year as well. This is not a playoff team. They don't like Cade Cunningham, can ascend.
I'll reserve the right to change my opinion if they do trade Duren, because obviously that's a messy contract situation going on right now. But if he's back, like if they're back as they exist, I think they're top 3. I think Cleveland is in that conversation for sure. And
yeah, but you're saying they're in the conversation. Like I'm also saying Miami's in the conversation. That's the whole
I'm not saying Miami's not in the conversation. I'm saying but when you say
Miami they're in the
top 3, and I don't feel that way. Like
when you say the Cavs are in the conversation, you're not definitively saying they're top 3. I don't think anybody would say definitively they're top 3.
You push me, see it. I'll put them in the top 3.
But they're not. The Cavs are not. They're not top 3. They might be, but like they're just as much top 3 as the Miami Heat with LeBron, in my opinion.
I think the Cavs are deeper.
They've never proven that though.
I also can't.
They got swept by the Knicks. Remember that? That's fun.
I can't depend on Giannis being healthy either.
Yeah, I mean, we could have the injury conversation
anyone.
About a lot of teams.
Can't depend on anyone being healthy.
Where are you putting the Celtics? We don't need to do like more than 60 seconds on this, but where are you? Like, I mean, I'll tell you the win totals if you believe in that sort of thing. Still ahead of Philly.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't hate that. I would put them around the same. That's the whole thing. In the East, you don't have a dominant team. In the West, you have the OKC Thunder and you have the San Antonio Spurs. And if anybody wants to make an argument for a third place team that's even close to them,
Nuggets.
Fine. But in the East, you don't have that. You don't have
the Knicks aren't even a dominant team.
Teams. The Knicks aren't even that.
They're not a dominant team.
Right. So
they had a dominant run.
Yeah. Yes.
Right.
I agree.
So you just don't have a team in the East that you can be like, oh, they're not getting past them. But in the West, there's 2 teams like that. It's a big difference.
Yeah, he's coming to my
can't depend on anyone, says chronically single Thorpe.
Can't.
Hey, can I talk to you guys for a second about personal health? I want to use this as a little bit of therapy. I'm not the type of person that would like WebMD or whatever symptoms or that kind of, so I just want to, and Alex, feel free to jump into this conversation. I feel like you'll enjoy this. So I had a guys weekend this past weekend. Fun time, a lot of grilling and cornhole and some basketball court, tennis court at the house. We had a good time.
Bunch of dude shit.
just dude shit. Without basically it was a creator house without the creation.
Okay.
That's really what it was. Just
Now I get
a
it.
house there, Torp. It's just a house. So anyway, we go out for some Chinese food as soon as we get into town. Little hole in the wall place. It was good. Took care of things, emptied the system, cleared myself out for the week, right? As those places tend to do, depending on I think the hole in the wall places. I'm not saying like Chinese food.
Yeah, I don't eat there.
Yeah, no, you're not a Chinese food guy, or you don't.
No, I love Chinese food,
places.
but I'm not going to go to a place where I question whether the food is safe or not.
Those are the best.
Yeah, whether or not you're actually eating meat. Yeah, those are the best.
Those are the best.
Alex, you raising your hand?
Yeah, because I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news.
Not much, no.
Oh, Taco Bell.
Still thriving.
But I had some Taco Bell today.
Yeah, he had that.
I had the lettuce.
Little too on the go.
Is everything okay?
So far, so good.
All right.
In 4 hours, who knows?
It's tough to know because after 4 hours, it's going to happen anyway. So you just got to determine if it keeps happening.
So the thing is, they've gone back and forth on saying whether it was the lettuce's fault or not, right?
No.
So
into a lettuce fight.
I don't think even Taco Bell knows, but continue, Adam.
So I get to Saturday, and there's a little bit of a rumble in the tummy, but I can't go. There's nothing happening. So I'm thinking, all right, I'm going to keep eating a little bit more. I'm going to force this out. Nothing. No movement. No acceleration whatsoever. We get to Sunday, I come home. I still haven't gone. I don't feel right. Like I'm a broken man. I'm like a little like bowled over at points in time, not feeling great. My wife is like, I mean, I think this. What's that?
Oh, no, nothing. Proceed.
Yeah, it's like it. I don't even know what I missed there. She's like, I think you should take something. You know, obviously there's Miralax, there's that. You know, like help the thing along just a little bit. Like, you know, people they call this constipation is what this might be.
Thanks for spelling that out.
Sure, yeah,
appreciate that. I don't think
for the younger people that don't
following
know
the trail.
So there are, you know, multiple different, like, and I'm doing like the Gas X, and that obviously these are not to make you poop meds though. And
You're combining them all.
And there's a thing that I think it's called not Miralax, but Mirafast. It's like a chew as opposed to the powder, something like that. So my son was at one point in time needed one of these things. He has one, and boom, problem solved. Like really quickly, he goes and he's like, I'm feeling great. Yes, Addison says more fiber. You got to go. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have one of these things. So I have one. Nothing. I have another one. Nope. Maybe it'll happen overnight. Weird. Get to the next day. Let's pop a couple more of these chews.
Jeez.
This guy's gonna die.
I am sitting here talking to you on Wednesday. I have had 6 of these chews.
My goodness.
You're gonna die.
I can't. There's a brick of dynamite. That is it. There is a wall that nothing can get past right
This
now.
is impressive.
In my system, that like I can't begin to tell you how much it's like unprofessional, even I think in the setting that we do this show, that it's like, oh guys, like you know what, you talk amongst yourselves. I gotta run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right. Like you don't try and do like you're on a live program. You try and hold that kind of situation until it's time. There is nothing that I would like to do more than say to you guys, I gotta go. I gotta go to the bathroom. You guys are on your own for the rest of the show. But you know what? I don't even feel like that moment is approaching. I don't know what is going down right now, other than possibly me soon.
I'm so invested in this to where like I don't mind getting a text like, hey, I did it. You know, like
so I feel like
no.
we should put a line on this.
Yeah, like guys, it has been. I mean, this is like one of those.
I don't think that's just
one of those when's the baby due kind of like pools that people invest in. It has been since Saturday.
Jesus, man,
that's unbelievable, bro. I stay pooping. You know what I mean?
Well, can you fart?
Like Jack says, the Jeff Daniels bathroom scene from Dumb and Dumber. That would be a dream come true.
Can you fart?
Marginally. There's not much. There is not like. I was sitting on the couch last night with my son watching The Hawk, the new Will Ferrell golf show, by the way.
Yeah.
and he shags Saturday, and he just turns to me. He's like, "How you doing?" I said, "Listen, nothing would make me happier than pooping my pants right now on the couch." Like I said that would be the dream situation for me. Nope, nothing.
This is incredible, man.
Is
like
it?
For me, mostly.
Yeah, mostly for you.
You need like a baby enema. You know what I'm saying?
For real. Yeah.
Go to the store.
Maybe
do you
maybe
have?
we're not going out one way. Maybe we got.
Have you had any greens? Anything like that since Saturday?
I had a bunch of
Can't
broccoli.
be that.
I had a steak and broccoli dinner last night.
Steak and broccoli? Okay, I wasn't going.
I haven't had
and
vegetables
rice.
since like 2009. So
If you mixed a bunch of
can't be
greens together, like a green type shake, that might be pretty solid for you. Like put them in a blender, some water, strawberries. You can put fruit in there too.
I need to put all
Spinach.
of me in a blender.
They make
He's
packets for that.
eating shit pills and he's not shitting. I don't think.
Yeah,
this
but
is what I'm talking about.
But
The
that's
shit
what
pills aren't released.
that's what society. Listen.
Oh, so you're gonna
society
Western medicine.
There
There's
it
always
is.
some sort of fix for that, but
Yeah,
also there's a natural fix as well.
Yeah, what you don't want to do is
Not-
blend a bunch of herbs together.
I should have seen this
You
coming.
might be okay.
Mister, don't buy paper towels. Says the shit pills are a placebo.
Well, I'm sure
You
they
need-
work for some people, but if you had some natural stuff, that might work too. That's
You
the
need
whole
to
point.
Overload the system. You need shit pills. You need your green smoothie. You need
Have you
a
tried
501
coffee?
bar and an
I'm
enema.
not a coffee drinker. No, I'm not a coffee
Well,
drinker.
start.
Maybe become a coffee drinker.
Yeah, just do it for today, probably. 'cause
Add
that's
spoon,
the stuff.
coffee and a cigarette.
Yeah, I mean that's basically that'll do it.
Ghost wants a Calci line on when the poop's coming.
So before 9:30 tonight is plus 127.
Ooh,
I wouldn't take those.
Oh.
No, that's
Plus
free,
number though.
That's free
Yeah.
minus money.
He got me
Yeah.
with the plus. I'm in.
Yeah, I kind of in on it too.
Yeah,
I'm kind of
Yeah.
in on it too.
yeah, I love me some plus money.
Because the longer it goes, you're drinking soda. See, you are like doing this completely. At this point, I think you've got money on the over. Like certain things you shouldn't be consuming while you're having this issue, and soda is definitely one of them.
Don't just
We
like
got-
the cheese and crackers.
We got a
Just
guy.
find yourself up.
We got a guy drinking a Pepsi and another guy drinking a Baja fucking Blast.
Dude,
on this
I
show.
drink
we got
soda.
problems.
I drink soda 24/7. I hardly
Yeah,
ever
and I have a
drink
jug of water, too.
and I shit every day.
No, I'm
drink
just
soda
saying.
24/7?
So
Like,
what?
how many ounces of soda do you think you consume in a day?
Probably close to 36. So 3 cans.
To be young,
We're
I
we're
tell ya.
talking regular soda, no diet, no nothing, no zeros.
What?
yeah. What are the sodas?
Dr.
Is-
Pepper's 1. Baja
But I'll-
Blast is 2.
Baja Blast?
Yeah.
Is that a
Oh,
soda?
that's the Taco
no,
Bell
that's
thing.
not
Oh
a
my
soda.
god. Okay.
Mountain Dew Baja Blast is 2.
Oh,
Oh shit.
because zeros don't count towards your ledger.
Oh no, they definitely not. Definitely
See,
not.
I used to have a
That can't
very
be
bad
serious.
problem with diet. No, that's serious. It's serious stuff. You know, diet soda and stuff don't count. It's fine. I used to
don't.
have like 6 of those a day. It was bad. Then I gave up. Carbonation.
Dude, that's
What
see,
about
that's the
carbonation?
problem. I could
Yeah.
give a damn about the flavor, but the carbonation is like crack.
Yeah,
don't
no,
even
that's
talk about
the-
carbonation to me, dude. I
No,
gave it up.
It's the carbonation is the addiction. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta have
First
it.
of all, Adam, start drinking zeros or or diets or something. What are
gonna
you
have
doing?
a
Just drinking regular
hard-
soda like a lunatic.
Like a lunatic.
Yeah,
like
the
a
diet and the
lunatic.
zeros are super healthy.
Oh, just
Yeah,
like-
they're
gotta
great
go to
for
the
you.
regular one.
He's
They'll
so
keep you
good.
going.
Diet soda. I'm not going to say universally tastes bad, but most of it tastes bad.
Yeah, I've never
But-
had a good diet soda in my life.
You got
Diet
nuts.
root beer is surprisingly not terrible.
Once you start, it becomes like this disease that takes over your entire identity as a person, and then
Yeah,
you
it's
just
called
only
sugar
have
addiction.
diets. No, it's the diet.
No,
stuff.
zero sugar.
Yeah,
No,
but
it's
it's like
the
just
chemical
fake
poison
sugar that they're putting
yeah.
in there.
Yeah, it's the chemical poison they put in there. It's fucking great. It's really good. I like it.
I hate to be
Yeah.
condescending about the soda thing, but like I'm just saying, You're young, Alex, so it kind of doesn't matter. But like that type of sugar intake, it does catch up to you in multiple ways as you get older.
Then eventually you become a man that hasn't pooped for like 6 weeks or whatever.
That's correct.
I mean, I do limit myself to. I know this would still be viewed as a lot for the non-soda drinkers, but I do limit myself to a can a day.
Oh, dude, you're healthy as fuck.
I'm not saying
exactly.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying like. I'm not sitting here drinking 3. Like
interesting though.
I probably did.
You just so happen to be drinking it right now. I think you're fucking lying.
Yeah, you might be lying. By the way, he's drinking a Pepsi. He's a Pepsi guy.
I'm a Pepsi guy as well.
A midday soda.
Are you really? So out of 4 people, 50% of them. Wait, Alex, are you Pepsi or Coke?
Pepsi.
No way. That's astonishing. 3 out of 4. You guys are weird. You guys are
it's like
dude,
adults drink Coke.
It's like a 50-50, but Pepsi.
Wait, when did Pepsi become juvenile?
See, is always trying to put these kid labels on certain things.
Coke has that crisp. Coke has that right carbonation. I'm telling you.
Like every
Pepsi's
soda has
too syrupy.
Can I enjoy both of them? Why do I have to pick?
Well, I just think it's interesting because most people will like, if you're at a Pepsi restaurant and the waiter or waitress is like, "Oh, is Pepsi okay?" Most people are like, "Fuck no, it's not okay." Like, no, I need a Coke because
those are psychopaths.
You know what though? I get excited when a place says Pepsi, not because I like Pepsi, which I do, but because I really like Mountain Dew. But I recognize that is awful for you.
Yeah.
Well, Mountain Dew's delicious though. I mean, I'll give you that.
Thank you.
No, dude, back in high school, we used to because we were in high school, so we weren't going to chug beers in front of the coach. But once we got done with our season, we would run a mile. It's like a milk mile, but you got to drink a Mountain Dew after every lap. I can't drink it anymore. It's nasty.
That's interesting.
You're currently having it, you fucking.
It's a Baja Blast.
That's
very different.
I used to get hazed
in a race
with Mad Dog out of the microwave. Just to give you an idea of my college experience.
Wait, explain. What did you just say?
Do y'all know what Mad Dog 2020 is?
No.
Nobody does.
Oh.
I just can't believe you use a microwave.
Well, I was getting hazed, so I didn't use the microwave. But it's like this disgusting, like, I don't even know what you call it, like malt, liquor, wine situation that's flavored. And it's really inexpensive, and it's a really easy thing to buy and haze pledges with.
Interesting.
That's all.
Mad Dog 22?
Yeah. 2020.
2020, my bad.
They'll sell it at I don't even know if they sell it anymore at like gas stations. Back in the day, you could buy those at like any gas station or 7-Eleven or something.
It's a fucking terrible name.
Ghost says I pretend to like Doritos sometimes when the homie brings his sister over. My son loves the Doritos beverage, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know what it is.
You get it at like Mexican restaurants, like
Mexican soda.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, picks up a burrito and a Dorito.
Is it in the Goya aisle?
And no, it's not in the eye. It's in the machine. You know, they don't have aisles. It's a restaurant.
Shout out to our chat. Every single person seems to know what Mad Dog 2020 is.
There you go.
Thorb, you're too young for Mad Dog 2020. I don't even know if that's like a thing that people are still consuming in any way.
My first one of my first alcoholic drinks was an energy drink that was also like 11% alcohol.
Loco?
No, it was different. It was something that was probably way worse for you somehow. Dude, the old Four Locos were the best because like you felt like you were almost gonna die, like something like those are awesome. Those are sick.
What's the show that's coming up next, Boost Man?
I'm sticking around. It's going to be Betspresso, the afternoon Betspresso, little hump day Betspresso on a Wednesday. And we got a loaded crew. Vsauce going to be here. We're going to have PJ Glasser is popping in, betting the pitch coming by because I can't imagine you guys have taken notice of this since you weren't into the World Cup. But the MLS has like a 15-game slate tonight. So we're going to get some soccer plays now that the pitch has resumed here stateside. So we got a nice crew on the way for the next hour after we sign off.
I may or may not have a 15-leg soccer parlay.
Wait, say that again?
15 legs every game.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll hit.
The MLS.
No, that's definitely going to hit.
What are the odds on that? Probably missing like one leg.
Let's see. Plus 157,952.
So you throw a buck on that?
I threw $6.70.
That's what I'm fucking talking about.
That's a nice donation.
$6? I would have put $2.50 max on that.
No,
well, I wanted to
because if it hits, you're an asshole.
Marker.
Speaking of max, first round leaders, if you want a real bet that is definitely going to hit, you always want to go to the first round leader market. Audio listeners, I'm being sarcastic. Max Homa, 60-1. Mac Meisner, 64-1. William Mouse, 75-1. Taylor Pendrith, 80-1. And Emiliano Grillo, 82-1. Those are your first round leaders for the 3M Open.
Gonna need to text all that over.
Yeah, if you would send that my way.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Done.
Terrific. All right, well, we should go, but it has always been an electrifying no plays off. See you. I am actually upset that we ran out of time in terms of your World Series of Poker hand, because I do want to hear about that. So maybe we do that.
Here's a teaser. When I found out I lost the hand, I literally jumped, and I was sitting right next to the dealer. I was in the one spot. I literally jumped out of the chair and like yelled. It was like involuntary. And the dealer gave me this look like, who was this? Like it was. Anyway, I got to tell you this story
next week.
Yeah.
Next week.
Yeah. Put that on next week's list. Maybe you should schedule the tweet. See that?
Yeah, like the Miami Heat. That's a good call.
See that? Yeah. All right. Well, Biz is sticking around, I think, or maybe he's not. I don't know or care really.
I'm gonna go Thorb.
All right. That's good. That's enough. Thorb, see ya. We're gonna go rate, review.
Alex, keep talking.
Subscribe wherever you find us. Next up,
whatever Kaufman says is fake.
Next up, not really. It's
liberal propaganda.
Bye, everybody.
Just wanna poop.
Ooh, I'm exhausted. Why is everyone always talking? Ooh, I'm so empty. If I wanna lose control, would you let me? I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to make me feel alive. I promise in the morning I'll quit. I just wanna know if I survive. I think I need a dopamine hit. Anything to get me through the night. I promise in the morning I'll quit. Anything to get me through the
Beautiful. Hey, good to see everybody. Afternoon Betspresso. It's wonderful when you can fit things in to tiny windows, like that short little transition break. I just booked myself a haircut for tomorrow. It's great to see everybody. V, betting the pitch. PJ, Cough sticking around, or Boostman, as it says there on the screen. How are you, fellas?
Good, man. I'm glad you got the haircut booked. I actually have an appointment myself, little penciled in for Friday. So
I feel like your haircuts are more subtle than mine.
Well, I go probably every about like 2 weeks, so maybe
that's why.
Probably true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm like in every 5-week rotation or something like that.
Yeah, same. I'm about five weeks, maybe even 6. So
maybe even 6. Yeah.
Got to get that V paycheck though. I mean, good on you, guy.
Yeah, you got to know your barber very well, and he's been with me a long time. So luckily, prices haven't gone up the way that inflation has over the last few years, as you guys know.
Yeah, not the case for. I feel like my haircuts are double what they were a few years ago. It's nuts.
Yeah,
got to go back to supercuts.
Never.
Unless you want to sponsor us here at Bet.
Yes. Okay. There you go. I'm ready to sell out. That's for sure.
Veal ditch his barber like a bad habit.
We need to get a haircut on there. We'll figure it out. Might take a few cuts.
Hit him with that gold card. We got Beast behind the scenes as Biz is taking off. Biz, we love you. Mean you. Miss it. All that good stuff. Boys, there's a lot here on this hump day. The World Cup is behind us. We can get some parting thoughts on that from our panel here. And also, of course, we've had some day baseball throughout. There's plenty coming up here in the evening also. There's the 3M tournament. If anybody has golf plays, I imagine PJ probably does. Looking ahead to tomorrow, we heard from Sia and Thorpe with some of their card. And betting the pitches here, not only because we love them, but because we have a 15-gamer on the MLS schedule, which is banana land. We also have WNBA, 6 games across the league here today. I know that some have, already happened, but still there's more to come tonight. So yeah, I don't think we're gonna have any trouble making a parlay. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's for sure. We got plenty to pick from today. And it's nice getting BTP's plays nice and early on the website.
Nice and early.
Where do you want to go?
Honestly, why don't we talk about yesterday? Anything stick out to you from that slate yesterday, Adam? Or should we just jump right into MLB today? And we can get some NFL talk on the second half.
Yesterday was a good day for me on the diamond. In the sense, I mean, not everything hit, but the bigger plays hit. Today I did, and I had some hesitation going into this one. And I'm still it's like revisionist history, all of that. Hindsight's 20/20, but I'm just kind of pissed at myself. Because I had one of those true to the name, boosts available for it. I've been getting more of these early up to payout boosts that you'll see on some of the books, which for anyone that doesn't know, it means the team that you invest in, if they lead by 2 at any point in the game, your ticket cashes. Doesn't matter if they ultimately blow it and don't win the game. And so I didn't just do this because of the odds. If nothing else, the odds would have been a reason to not do it because the juice was so incredible. I genuinely liked the matchup, and I thought it was going to be a really easy, sweat-free cash going with the Yankees in game 1 of their doubleheader against the Pirates. And it was, I don't even know, minus 190 or some stupid number that, $100 would have paid out like 160 or something. All they had to do was win. Obviously, if they could have led by 2 at some point, that would have been great. What ends up happening is they're scoreless for a while. I don't think there were any runs before the 4th, if I remember right. Pittsburgh gets on the board first, goes up 3-0, couple of home runs. And then the Yankees, I think it was the 7th, Ben Rice 3-run homer ties it up. And I'm like, okay, I'm back. And I did think to myself for a fleeting second, do I want to hedge this? Because, man, New York has been leaving a bunch of dudes on base. I just don't believe in this Yankees offense without Aaron Judge anyway. They're letting me down inning after inning after inning. Should I kind of just now that we're tied, should I buy myself out of this bet basically, or at least recoup some of the potential loss if they don't go ahead and win? And I thought, you know what? It's the 8th inning. Like generally speaking, aside from 2 bad pitches that led to homers, the pitching has been solid. I'm just going to let it ride. And they go to extra innings. Pittsburgh scores 2 in the top of the 10th. Yankees don't answer at all. They lose 5-3. And I'm left to kick myself for, what really is a stupid bet to begin with, because it wasn't my favorite play on the board. It was a play that I liked. But honestly, given the nature of the up 2 bet, I should have just taken something that was like inside a minus 130, which I did a few times yesterday, and it cashed every time, and it was great. But today, I screwed up.
Yeah, that was a tough one. I watched that game a little bit, and it looked like it was all Pirates early. That Rice home run really gave the Yankees some life, but the Yankees just aren't the same team without Aaron Judge, wouldn't you say, Adam? PJ, what do you guys think? No Aaron Judge, this lineup's not the same. The offense isn't there.
Absolutely, PJ.
Yeah, no, 100%. They need Judge to get back and be healthy in the middle of that order. There's no question. I was watching the Red Sox Orioles game though earlier today as Adams Red Sox just continue to win games. It's unbelievable. 15 now in a row.
Ties the franchise record.
Ties the franchise record. That's correct. They go for the franchise record tonight with Eduardo Rivera on the mound. I took Boston on the money line tonight against the O's. With Bradish going. Baltimore just signed Bradish to an extension late last week. And they were supposed to start on Monday. They pushed him back to Tuesday. It got rained out, and now they started him in the second game of the doubleheader. So I kind of think like the schedule getting thrown off and everything, and maybe this extension, and there's so much pressure on him to win this game because the Orioles came into this series 2 games back of Boston. They lose. Now they'll be 5 games back. And the Sox are just hot, man. I think if you're still getting them at these minus 120, minus 125 prices, you got to take them. So, yeah, they looked good early today. They got 4 off of Dean Kramer in the first inning, and I think there's a chance they could get off Bradish tonight too.
Adam, do you believe in this Red Sox team? Are you no?
No, I believe that they're, on an incredible run. It's just, if you look at the box scores, guys, here's the thing. The pitching and the defense has been solid all year, which is honestly pretty incredible considering Suarez hasn't been great and Crochet has generally been unavailable the entire year. And then the offense, if you look at that side of things, which was woefully inconsistent to begin the year, they've caught fire with these dudes that nobody has ever heard of, including Red Sox fans. So this is it's truly like this guy off that team scrap heap. This guy got DFA'd and they picked up this dude. This dude who's like called up from the minors. It's guy after guy after guy you have never heard of who is coming up with the most clutch, unbelievable hit to tie games or obviously extend this run. And again, no Crochet, your best pitcher, no Roman Anthony, your best hitter. Jarren Duran sucks. He's hitting like 190, but he's still like anytime you need him, here's a 2-run triple. Like it's unbelievable. They're just they are capitalizing exactly when you need them to. Runners in scoring position, 2 outs, like there they are, and they're just doing everything that they didn't do earlier in the season when they were among the worst teams in baseball. And I really thought this team was not going to lose 100 games, but could they lose 90? I thought they were going to truly be among the worst. And then here they are, man. They've won these 15 in a row. They have, leapfrogged 1 billion teams in the American League. They're into a playoff spot in the wild card standings anyway. And I know there's roughly 2 months to go in the season, so it's not like they've secured that, but they've positioned themselves. And what looked like a surefire seller at the trade deadline come August 3rd now is looking like a buyer. So everything has turned on its head, and it's just really interesting. What I will say about the, do you believe in them thing is in theory, they are getting healthier. Maybe Roman Anthony does come back, although it doesn't seem like he's close. Same thing with Garrett Crochet. But if they do invest, if they get maybe another pitcher, certainly if they get another power bat in some form or another, in what is a wide open American League, the team that is far and away the favorite to represent the AL in the World Series is the one that we just finished saying we don't believe in, and that's the New York Yankees. So it's a wide open American League. Maybe the Red Sox should be taken more seriously, but I don't know. I feel like 15 games doesn't, that's not a large enough sample size to represent over 100 that we have seen so far this year when this team generally was terrible.
Could this be Breslow's Moneyball moment? You know what I mean? The roster that he's kind of built, the roster.
He has not made it, for all of the discourse and consternation and doubt and fire this guy, he hasn't made a bad move if you really think about it. Okay. And I mean I don't mean ever, but I mean going back to the offseason. And remember last year's offseason, this dude was celebrated left and right. Look at the Crochet trade. He's going to be a Cy Young candidate. Alex Bregman, my God, the leadership. He's an all-star. Aroldis Chapman, how has he turned back the clock? It was just move after move after move, all hail Craig Breslow. And now this year, even though it didn't start this way, because while they made some impressive moves in the offseason pitching-wise, they didn't add the coveted power bat. They weren't even in the mix for Schwarber. They didn't bring back Bregman. Alonso was the one that got away. They didn't even offer a guy like, Gino Suarez a deal. And now you fast forward 100-plus games, and what's going on? Caleb Durbin, who you got for nothing, is having a better year than Alex Bregman, who got $100 million or more, whatever it was from the Cubs, who you were chastised for not bringing back. You don't get a power bat like a Pete Alonso for $150 million. Well, you know what you did? You brought in Wilson Contreras, who's an all-star, who's having a better year than Alonso. Sonny Gray should have been, never mind an all-star, he should have been the all-star starter for the American League. That dude is, he's not going to win it, but he's in the Cy Young conversation. And you fire Alex Cora. Not that I thought that the underperformance was on Cora, but clearly a change needed to be made for some reason or another. And they bring in Chad Tracy up from Worcester in AAA, and this guy has them doing what they're doing right now. So, look, Breslow, everything that this guy is touching right now, whether you want to believe in him or not, and I don't really, is turning to gold. And so it's just, it's kind of amazing what is happening. And I'm having trouble wrapping my head around it. That being said, as PJ brought up before, I have been investing in it throughout the entire streak, and I'm going to keep doing it.
I mean, well, I would too. Talking about PJ, should we talk about your Wizards for a second and the rumors that have come out today swirling Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and a potential, I don't know,
right.
like a reunion, either whether it's in Golden State or somewhere else potentially, maybe in Cleveland. How much are you buying into this, and how much pressure do you think this adds to the Wizards in the front office to give him a deal and give him the extension that he's also asked for?
Look, I believe that LeBron wants to play with Anthony Davis. I think that part of it is definitely true. They're both represented by Rich Paul. I also would believe that the Wizards do not want to give him $275 million. So no team does, right? But at the end of the day, I didn't think this initially, especially going into the offseason. I didn't think Anthony Davis would be with the Wizards. I kind of think he will be now. I like the fact that he was out there in Vegas with Summer League. I think him and Trae Young have had a good relationship from what I've heard from people and have kind of seen. And, you know, I don't think that after we kind of got this smoke screen with the Warriors and now we're getting this again, it just kind of felt like, you know, that Warriors thing maybe had some steam to it, but figuring out that was really never a thing. The Wizards at any point were not shopping him. I don't feel like that has really changed at all. So, no, I think AD is staying in Washington. And I think if LeBron and Anthony Davis play together, then LeBron would be a Wizard, but I don't see that happening.
This kind of feels like one of those situations where I don't think Golden State has the assets to maybe get him out of Washington. And if Cleveland does, they'd have to part with one of their big, I think, front court players. And I don't think it would be Allen that would get the job done either. I think a Mobley or a piece like that would have to go the other way. And is Cleveland really willing to make that move for 1, maybe 2 years of a 40-year-old LeBron? I don't know. That seems like a lot to give up to bring in something that didn't work in Los Angeles, right? BTP, what do you guys think? Or sorry, go ahead, PJ.
No, I agree with you. So yeah, like, you know, the Wizards hold all the leverage in the situation. You know what I mean? Like, they're not going to do something just to appease what LeBron wants or whatever one of these team wants to make it happen. Like, they're going to do, if they feel like they got a good trade that's good enough, then they're going to pull the trigger. But to just be like, oh, LeBron wants to play with Anthony Davis if he goes here, so the Wizards are just going to make it happen. Like, that's not the case. For the first time in my life, they have competent people in the front office that know what they're doing. So they're going to if they make a trade, it's going to be one that benefits them.
I'm sorry, I started cackling right there because if he was like, you know, what do you think, BTP? And then, I mean, PJ. And I was only laughing because we've been on for 18 minutes and I don't think BTP has said even one word.
One word.
Not one.
You guys have been doing all the talking.
He finally got his opportunity. And no, we're not ready for you yet.
You guys have been doing all the talking. I mean, I don't follow basketball a ton. Obviously, everyone follows the whole LeBron news. I saw something about the Miami Heat posting something on YouTube, that video that apparently they took down eventually. But I just want to know when he's going to make a decision already. Like, I just want to know where the heck he's going, and I'm sure everyone does.
Honestly, that wasn't a hilarious move. And now apparently they're looking for a new YouTube coordinator in the Heat. Like, there was a LinkedIn ad that went out today. I don't know. It's all hilarious. LeBron needs to make a decision. Apparently, Adam Silver and crew are waiting to make the schedule too. So I have no idea what the hell is going to happen in this situation. Apparently, there's also rumors to the August 6th deadline for Anthony Davis. They could be waiting for. I really don't know. Adam, what do you think? Do you think AD's on the move, or what about this LeBron saga?
I mean, look, we talked about some of this on No Plays Off. So for anyone that's been hanging out here with us, I won't go on and on as I did on that show. We didn't talk about AD. I think that Washington's interesting. You know, Washington has the ability, maybe, and PJ's closer to it than I am, obviously. Do I think Washington's going to be good? No. Do I think Washington's going to be a playoff team? No. Do I think Washington's even going to be a play-in tournament team? No. But I think Washington has the ability, kind of like Charlotte last year, even though Charlotte ultimately did get there. I think the Wizards have the ability to be sneaky fun to watch, kind of a league pass type team. You know, I'm not a big Trae Young guy, but I will say in terms of the facilitation and creation, not so much for himself, but for teammates, he can be fun to watch. And AD, if he's healthy and if he's there, obviously, you know, those are two giant ifs, especially the health. We know what he's capable of. I mean, he could be an all-star again. Tabonsa, forget it. Like, I'm obsessed with that dude. You know, he was electric at BYU. We saw him in Summer League. I think he's going to be a ton of fun in the NBA. And they've had an interesting offseason in terms of adding some depth pieces. So, I think they're maybe a year out from being a team that, you know, is truly in the playoff conversation. But I think they could be fun to watch. As far as LeBron goes, I don't think the Steph thing and Golden State, like, I'm sure Steph would love it. I'm sure Golden State and Steve Kerr would love it. I just don't put a lot of credence in it because I don't think we know what LeBron wants. You know, is the priority winning? Is it another ring? And if it is, you're not going to the West. You know, you're not going to get past with Golden State, Oklahoma City, San Antonio, Denver. I don't see it. So you're looking at the East, which is a wide open conference, and you're saying, okay, can I lift Cleveland? Never mind the narrative of the homecoming and all that, which I do think is a fun story. I probably am more interested in that than other people are. Miami, I think even with LeBron, you're still, you know, a play-off-ish team, meaning like a 5 or a 6 seed with Bam and Giannis, because one, you're getting a little old, and 2, I don't necessarily trust Giannis to be healthy, and you've got no depth behind that sort of two-headed monster pre-LeBron. But even with LeBron, I just don't see it. I think Cleveland's kind of the best realistic location in the East for him to actually make an impact and you know, contend in theory again, because I don't think it's automatic that New York is just, they're running back and they're the team to beat. I don't believe that. I mean, hell, the Knicks and the Celtics are pretty much in lockstep in terms of what the Vegas odds are. And as far as Philadelphia goes, that's a crowd, man. That like, there's, if you were to ask me to come up with a superlative for different teams, right? For Philadelphia, I would say there's only one basketball. You know, is LeBron really want to be in a situation with Embiid, provided he's available, Maxey, Brown, Edgecombe? Like, is LeBron cool? Maybe he is at 40 plus years old, 42, whatever he is. Is he comfortable being the, you know, 4th, 5th option on a given night, even though he'd be load managed like crazy? I don't know. It doesn't seem like a great fit in my mind.
Yeah, I kind of agree with that too. I don't like the Philly fit at all. Cleveland makes the most sense. I also don't love I'm going somewhere now, let me try to reconstruct this team to better fit me. It's kind of something he's done everywhere he goes. In LA, it took a little bit of a time, but I don't know. I don't love that aspect of having to play with LeBron. Yeah. James Harden's still a free agent, still a few big names left out on the free agent market. But let's switch over to football so BTP can start providing a little bit of his thoughts.
We got parlays to build, man.
We do, but training camp started today, Adam. We got the Cardinals and the Panthers both taking the field, probably 2 teams that could use the extra day in training camp. Anything that you guys have your eye on in training camp, or anything you guys are looking out for in terms of what to look at? I think my most interesting storyline is the Browns QB battle. As bad as it's going to be and as ugly it's going to be, I just want to know who's going to come out of that less bad. And I want to know, is it going to be Shedeur or is it going to be Watson? What's happening in Cleveland over there? Also, I'm big on Fannin Jr. this year, so I need to know, is he a viable draft pick for me and my fantasy team or not? So what are you guys thinking? What are you guys looking at going into training camp?
BTP?
I mean, I'm excited. I mean, I'm glad football's back. You know, obviously have to switch gears now, all locked in on the World Cup, switching gears to MLS and NFL. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited I'm a Packers fan, so excited for the Packers to get back. You know, looking for Micah Parsons to come back healthy. But I mean, there's so much moves. Like, I'm a big Mike Evans fan, so I would like to see how he does with Purdy and San Fran. And as far as the Cleveland competition, I think you got to give it to Shedeur and just let him sling. Like, I liked how he looked. I thought he had some success. He threw the ball pretty well. I mean, you know, give the guy some minutes, you know, let him start some games and see what happens.
I completely agree. PJ?
Yeah, I think my biggest storyline, the QB room or the QB battle that I'm monitoring the most is the one in Atlanta between Penix and Tua. Because my thing with the Browns, you know, it doesn't really matter who starts for them. I agree that Shedeur probably has some more upside, but neither one of them's getting to the playoffs. Whereas Atlanta, with that division, the talent surrounding those guys, Bijan, Pitts, London, right, new head coach in Stefanski, who I like, I've always thought's been pretty good. You got two quarterbacks that have both had some good moments, but are both massive question marks and are both big injury concerns. And it just kind of feels like whichever one you start is the wrong decision. So I'm interested, right? Because Penix is one of these guys you drafted in the top 10. That was a shocker when they took him at number 8. They just signed Cousins. You're taking this guy. And now it's one of these kinds of, conversations and decisions where do you continue to play him because you invested a top 10 pick in him and you can't really go back after you bench him? Or do you start Tua, who you brought in, and then you can always go back to Penix if the Tua experiment didn't work out? So I'm fascinated with what Atlanta can do because the team around them is good enough to win that division and go to the playoffs. But I mean, they have been searching for a quarterback desperately ever since Matt Ryan. It's been nightmare in Atlanta. So I'm interested to see what that looks like.
Yeah, Jack brings up the Kyler Murray, JJ McCarthy thing, and obviously how Murray does because he is the presumed starter, and then I think how McCarthy reacts to it in a battle in quote fingers throughout the year. I think there are, and we've hit them. There aren't too many QB battles across the league to begin with. There are even fewer that have real interest. Like for me, Deshaun Watson, Shedeur Sanders, Dylan Gabriel, like that mix and match hodgepodge of a situation that's so at the bottom of the barrel for me because it's meaningless. Like Cleveland is not a playoff team. I don't care who wins the QB job. Atlanta is at least in the mix, has the new coach Stefanski, who is, granted it was Cleveland, but he's been a multiple-time coach of the year. Bijan is a weapon. You're talking about a top 2, top 3, best ball season-long fantasy pickup, a dude who provided he's healthy, he's going to be an absolute game breaker throughout the year. Kyle Pitts, everyone wants to keep, believing that finally this is going to be the year for Kyle Pitts and Stefanski going to unlock him. I think that it's probably Tua out of the gate. That doesn't mean Penix isn't going to get his opportunity. Lord knows that Tua has, lost these opportunities before along the way. We've seen him get benched in Miami, but I am interested in the fresh start and the motivation that comes with being paid, $50+ million to go away. I think that is just an absolutely demoralizing psychological thing that can, hit you in one way or another. And I'm hoping in his case, because he seems like a good guy, as best we can tell, that motivates him and that he goes out there and produces and that the Falcons are entertaining, as I think on paper they have the ability to be in what is obviously a crappy division. And so for me, that one's at the top, and then sandwiched in the middle is the Vikings one, because I don't really believe Minnesota is a playoff team. But Kyler Murray, again, resurgent opportunity after almost a decade with Arizona. I think this year is so incredibly important for Justin Jefferson because, and I don't mean for Jefferson so much as I mean for the Vikings as it relates to Jefferson, because I think if this, like last year was bad and JJ McCarthy was bad and whatever other collection of guys they had throwing absent McCarthy, it was bad. And so if Jefferson goes out and is like 1,000-yard receiver or worse and not his usual 12, 13, 1,400-yard self with Kyler Murray, how does he not demand a trade? How does he not ask out? So you are, this isn't even so much about making the playoffs as it is just proving that you're heading in the right direction so you don't upset your star. And that's a tough thing to juggle when you've got Kyler Murray coming in off the street, not to mention JJ McCarthy has not exactly been, publicly Mr. Supportive behind the scenes in terms of how he views this QB battle. So I think that's interesting. It's obviously another year off the injury for TJ Hawkinson, and how is he going to look? As Addison too. Jordan Addison was bad last year. Can he turn it back to what he did during his rookie year? So I think the Vikings are intriguing. It's a tough division. It's a really tough division where the Bears should be a playoff team and the Lions should be a playoff team. And then, what do we really expect out of the Vikings? I'm not sure. It should be a lot. So, in terms of the QB battles, obviously those are the big ones. But the Cleveland thing, to me, I think they want Deshaun Watson out of town. I think they are just pissed that they still have to pay this guy, and they would do anything to get him out of there. I think they're probably, not that you root for a guy to get hurt per se, but I think they will not be disappointed if he is unavailable to them for one reason or another.
I couldn't agree more. And I think with all these QB battles, it's a little bit frustrating because there's so much talent across all of them. Like I said, Fannin Jr., you've got Drake in Atlanta, Bijan Robinson, obviously with fewer red zone opportunities when the offense isn't looking good. And then even in Minnesota, no Justin Jefferson, but obviously I think Addison's also now suspended for the first 4 weeks too, because of some kind of charge that he got. I don't know. It's I don't think Minnesota's going to be really good whatsoever. But Adam, I do disagree with your Bears take. The Bears are not going to be a playoff team. That's
yikes.
Where you're wrong.
I mean, I thought I was being disrespectful by not even mentioning the Packers to the two of you that are sitting there.
I mean, I didn't want to say anything. I'm trying, but yeah.
Jordan Love MVPs this year, loading.
What are you going to do without Romeo Doubs? I mean, honestly,
sir, what do you?
Big helmet. We'll be fine without him,
sir.
Right? What are you going to do? You can't see that big helmet down there. No, I know.
Love it.
Jordan loves it. And then someone said something about Kirk Cousins. Hey, can we just talk about Kirk Cousins and how he has the most MVP agent there ever was? How this guy keeps getting paid?
I have no idea. Not just that, but they came out and said he's going to start. He's going to be the starter for the entire year. Like, just
I mean, this guy just gets a bag everywhere.
Yes,
he just gets a bag everywhere he goes. Now he goes to the Raiders, gets a bag, and what is he going to play? 2 games and get benched?
Yep.
I don't know. Literally, I thought Mendoza should have started on day one. This isn't a system where he's been here. Why are you bringing in a veteran QB to force a veteran situation? He's not even good. What are we doing here?
I'm not.
His agent is all time.
I completely missed that news.
Yeah,
I've been under the impression that Fernando Mendoza is going to be starting week 1. You're telling me that they came out and said that Kirk Cousins starting the whole year?
Apparently, that would make too much sense for the Raiders as a franchise, right? You can leave Oakland, but I guess Oakland can't leave you. You know what I mean? BTB, let's shift it over to the MLS, unless you have some more in the NFL.
I was going to say, did you see the Harbaugh speech? That was cringeworthy.
That
was hard to watch.
You're not a believer in the Giants, you're saying?
No, I mean, I am. Like, I like Harbaugh, and I'm a big Jackson Dart fan. I do think the Giants have pieces. I don't think they'll be a great team this season, but I think they're in the right direction. But that speech, man, I don't know. I had a couple buddies texting me like, I don't know if he's the right fit now after watching that, like with the young guys in the locker room, and he's given this like, old timer back in the day type speech trying to fire the team up, and everyone's just kind of like staring at him.
You remember when Jonathan Gannon went to Arizona and he tried to have like one of those did you take the bus here like that? Do you want it enough? Did you No, man, these are NFL players getting paid millions of dollars. They did not take the bus here. It felt like not the same kind of speech, but it felt like the same moment. Where
I just pulled up, one of the sports books, and I mean they seem to be still in line with where I'm at. Fernando Mendoza is still second on the board for Offensive Rookie of the Year, barely behind Jeremiah Love. This Kirk Cousins thing is going to be short.
But he shouldn't even be second if he was starting.
He's gonna start 2 games. He already got paid, and then he's gonna get benched and does what Kirk Cousins does. Rides the bench and just fills in a void if the Raiders are getting cooked or if Mendoza gets hurt.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun season for the Raiders, man. Yeah, another great tight end that's probably going to shit the bed in fantasy because of it. God, Brock Bowers, I'm sorry.
Which sucks because he's so good.
So I think I got high hopes for Michael Mayer. I don't want to jump the gun, but I do think that kid's just waiting for more opportunity. But we'll see. BTP, let's switch over to MLS. Like you said, 15 game slate in the MLS today. No World Cup, obviously, but please hold our hand and guide us through this slate and feed us some winners.
Yeah, so I gave out 3 plays in the scribbles this morning. You could check that out on bettingnewsnetwork.com. I think the player props for MLS are really soft right now. And I don't know if it's just because we had World Cup and maybe the books just aren't adjusting, or if, there was a ton of signings, people changing teams. So there's a lot of different roster rotations, but the games, like the totals and things like that, are really juiced. So the books are expecting goals all night, practically in almost every single game. So I felt like targeting the player props was the way to go today. Evander for FC Cincinnati is one of the top MLS players. He is a creator on the pitch all over. He takes free kicks. He'll shoot from anywhere. He averages over 3 chances created per 90. And his to score assist is almost even money. I mean, normally he's pushing around minus 160, 180. So for me at home to see him around minus, he's minus 110 on the book I was looking at. Even money is just a no-brainer. And then I go later on, and we got Robert Lewandowski possibly making his Chicago Fire debut. Another phenomenal European player coming over to the States. He was plus 125 to score. And he's going to be taking over the 9 role here for the Chicago Fire. They just sold Hugo to a Mexican side. So they made room for this guy for a reason. He's going to be taking over. Again, we've seen all these European players, whether it's Mueller, whether it's Sonny, whether it's Messi, all of them come over here and have immediate success. So for me to see Lewandowski to score here at home, or on the road, against a very weak Miami team that will be without Messi, they'll be without Rodrigo de Paul. They're already one of the poorest backlines in the MLS. He should find plenty of success with the teammates around him, setting him up. And then a later game, another player, Antoine Griezmann for Orlando to score assists, was hovering around plus 140. I mean, to me, that's crazy. He's already scored in 2 friendly matches for Orlando. Now he's on I want to say this. I would make sure that these players are starting first before you place any bets. So if your book does not void non-starters, make sure you're checking your book. But yeah, for him to be plus 140 to score assists, San Jose has regressed tremendously prior to the World Cup. They had conceded in 10 straight games. They were having an unbelievable defensive season to start, but then they just regressed to the norm of what they were doing last year as one of the worst defensive teams in the MLS. They did sign a new goalkeeper. They did make some adjustments. I don't think that will really affect them too much in this first game. Maybe as the team starts to mesh a little bit more and get some more time together, that might help them. But I think in this game with this Orlando team and Griezmann and company, I think this is going to be a shootout. This is probably one of my more exciting and interested games that I'm interested in tonight. It's a 10:30 game Eastern time. It's on late, so you're going to have to stay up. But yeah, this game to me has a very high total of 3.5. And for him to get involved, I like Orlando. I like them to make some noise here and to make a push in the second half of the MLS season.
Hey, I don't know, but I do know a last leg of a parlay when I see it. Late night spot here on the East Coast, right?
Oh, yeah. The late night hammer.
3 or 4, and we're sitting there just waiting for Griezmann to come out there to score an assist. I mean, a plus 140. I like all these plays, especially the Lewandowski. The little bit of a storyline here, making his debut post World Cup against a Miami team, not obviously without Messi. I mean, I love all.
He didn't play in the World Cup, so he'll be rested. He's one of the best strikers, in Europe. Yep. And now he comes over and we get to watch him in the States, which is awesome. There's a ton of games. So there's a lot of movement. There was a lot of players, like I said, that were in and out. I was going to say, I do like Chicago minus 0.25. That was like minus 125, I think I found. It's an Asian spread. So what it is, it's pretty much taking the draw, no bet, and then minus half a goal. So if they win by 1, you win your bet. If they push, you only lose half your bet. Or if they draw, you only lose half your bet. So I like that minus. NYCFC is riddled with injuries tonight. So, excuse me.
Miami.
No, the Miami. Miami, I got another play.
I mean,
Miami's without Messi. Miami is without Messi and Rodrigo de Paul. So I like Chicago here. And then I also like Columbus at home because NYCFC is riddled with injuries, like I said. So Columbus on the money line is minus 110. They're at home. I know that they got rid of Diego Rossi, but they're still a very good team and they're very dangerous at home. And I think with all the injuries and concerns that NYCFC are dealing with, this is a good spot for them to get back on track after returning from the World Cup.
All right. So look, for those of us that maybe have a boost and want to play around with a soccer step up, listening to what you're saying a little bit and going off of what you sent along in the group chat earlier. And yeah, I see the psychedelicness of my shirt with the Gumby green. I'm sorry about that. I'll cover up. So Cincinnati match over 3.5, Earthquakes match over 3.5, Timbers match over 3.5. Those are the ones that you sent along earlier and you talked about here. And if I mix those in with Columbus tie no bet, okay, and Revolution, because I'm biased, tie no bet, they are the favorites. I can get that at a roughly an 18-1. Do you disagree with any of those plays? Or are you good with those?
I'm not too high on the Revs. I mean, if that's your team, then ride with them. Like I said, I like Chicago tonight on the road against Miami. I think this is a good spot. They've been a very tough road team this season. And, like I said, Miami without Messi and Rodrigo De Paul in the midfield there. I like Chicago here on the road to at least hold their own. I mean, if you're building a parlay or something, I mean, you could take them double chance or tie no bet.
Yeah, I mean, you can do Chicago tie no bet. That's even money by itself. You throw that in. I could put that in, take the Revs out, and that's a roughly 24-1.
Yep.
All right.
Adam's got his boost, chat. Adam's got his boost.
All right. I've invested in worse.
Before we shift to baseball and do that, why don't we talk some more football and hop in with dubs and L's? You got the graphic, Beast? Let's bring it up. We can talk about the Kansas City Chiefs today, obviously. Sorry, Shags, but we got BTP for this one, right? So we can see if Shags is happy with what he gets here, and let's get through it. All right, boys. Game 1, first game on the schedule, divisional game versus the Broncos at Kansas City. What are we talking about? Will you guys think this is a win or a loss? Dub or an L?
I think it's a dub. Yeah, I think it's a dub. They lost to Denver both times last year. They get to open the season at home on Monday Night Football. I expect Mahomes to be fine. Remember, Bo Nix is dealing, so you got both quarterbacks dealing with an injury. But I like Kansas City in this spot. I'm not high on Denver this year. I think they're going to regress. They were kind of the AFC version of the Bears last year. Everybody talks about the Bears and all the great fourth quarter wins they had. Denver was very similar. They do have a great defense still. Bo Nix is fine. Sean Payton is a great coach, and they'll be tough. But I like KC in this game.
I'm kind of with you too, PJ. I'm on the Denver regression train. That defense was elite last year. I don't think that's going to get much worse. But Bo Nix, I'm not sold. Adam, what do you think? Dub or an L for the Chiefs?
So look, I'm gonna. It's a contingent L. I'm gonna say an L because I am. Even though I think I know which way this is trending, and obviously you guys do as well. I'm still not sold. I'm not convinced that Mahomes is going to be playing in this game. And so if you have Justin Fields under center, it's going to look a little bit different, obviously. I think that Kansas City, even if Mahomes does play, I don't go as far as Mahomes is going to be fine. I don't. I think that there is going to be a little bit of a mobility bounce back, which is a gigantic part of his game, as we know. Not to say he hasn't been in practice and he'll be in training camp and maybe they'll even, I don't know. I can't imagine he's going to play in the preseason at all. He doesn't when he's healthy. Why would he when he's coming off an injury? But I think there's going to be just a little bit of a reacclimation for Patrick Mahomes that spans weeks, which is part of the reason why they went out and got Kenneth Walker. I think they're going to be more run reliant than they have been in the past. And this is the best running back they've had since, Kareem Hunt the first time, going back a decade or whatever it's been. So, yeah, I lean L. I do. I lean L on this one for KC.
Okay. What about you, BTP?
I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious if Mahomes is going to play or not, if he's healthy. I mean, if he is, I think this is a win for the Chiefs. I love Kenneth Walker. I think that's a massive signing for them just to take some pressure off of Mahomes and maybe not have to do so much scrambling, running around, running for his life, which is what he seemed to do all last season, which ended up getting him hurt. So I think this is a win for them. I wasn't high on the Broncos last year. Again, if we want to talk about teams, our team and the Packers game against the Broncos, should have won that game if it wasn't for some, bad coaching calls. But I feel like I agree with PJ here, and I think that the Broncos take a step back this season.
I kind of see that. All right. Sorry, Adam. Outvoted. That's a dub.
That's fine.
A dub.
You're allowed.
Yeah. Next game. All right. Next game on the schedule. Still at home in Kansas City. You got the Colts. Me and PJ talked extensively about the Colts yesterday in that Titans schedule. I don't think either one of us believes in this Colts team. So I'm going to give it an L right off the bat, PJ. I feel like you're the same. BTP,
yeah, especially Sunday night game. So
yeah. Oh, there you go. Another prime
time game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So,
Adam.
wait, did you say you're giving it an L?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. No, they're getting the win. The Colts
okay. Yeah, that was.
The Colts are getting an L. Colts are getting an L.
That's why you got your pregnant pause there. I was like, what? I believe in Kansas City in this one as well. That's a clean sweep.
All right, moving on. Miami, I feel like all of us can agree this is a win at Miami, right?
Yep.
It is
Raiders at the Raiders. The Chiefs are starting 4-0.
Yeah, I agree.
4-0. Shags, I hope you're in chat. I hope you're not too bricked up.
Oh, Shags is there.
All right. Now, another divisional game against the Chargers back in Kansas City after 2 weeks on the road. What are we thinking here against Justin Herbert, Harbaugh, and the rest of this Chargers squad? DJ?
Can I just say it's a split with the Chargers? Like, I don't know what order it comes in, but I believe they split with the Chargers.
I agree.
But I think the splits come in week 17 because this game's off a bye, and Andy Reid and Mahomes don't lose off of byes. They did last year against Denver, and that was a shocker, but I don't think they're going to this one. So I like the Chiefs.
And this is exactly why PJ is kept around here at BN, because he brings valuable information like that in here. Fresh off a bye, they're not taking an L. So I could see that, Adam. I'm definitely down for the split, though. Divisional games are hard. So are we in agreement? Win here, loss week 17?
Sure, it's fine. I mean, it's a good time for a bye with Mahomes coming off that injury. That's for sure. Having the nice early bye is beneficial for KC.
Yep. Oh, yeah. Now we got the Seahawks, obviously in Seattle, defending Super Bowl champs. What do we think?
I think that's Patrick Mahomes calling, and he wants to weigh in. Guys. My like hottest take about the NFL season, just based on where the odds stand right now, is that I don't think Seattle's even going to be a playoff team. So I'm perfectly comfortable saying that the Seahawks are going to lose this game. That's fine.
If it was a 4:25 Eastern time game, I could maybe get there with the Chiefs, but prime time in Seattle, man, I don't. That's tough. That's tough. The Seahawks I don't know what their record is in the regular season, but I can't imagine it's very good for the opponents. So for me, it's really like under Mike McDonald, actually, people would be surprised their first 2 years how bad Seattle's been at home. But a lot of those games have been, during the day when they've been 4:25 Eastern or 4:05, but at night they're too good. So, and you got the Kenneth Walker revenge angle too. So I'll go KC.
Love a good revenge angle. Love a good revenge angle.
Damn, looks like the Chiefs are starting 6-0. 6-0 for the Chiefs.
But I mean, do you believe that? I understand the exercise and what we're doing, but no one here believes Kansas City is going to be 6-0 other than Shags.
So then, before we move on after 6-0, which one of these games is most likely an L in everybody's opinion? I think it could be that Seahawks game that we just discussed.
Probably.
I think the Seahawks or the Chargers.
I think it's the Broncos or the Chargers.
Broncos in week 1.
It's probably going to be Mendoza and the Raiders.
There's a game.
Mendoza and the Raiders. Oh, by week 4? By week 4. Okay.
Right.
All right. Now, is this 2-0 against the Broncos? Revenge from last year? They split in the season series.
No, they'll split.
Right? Going to Mile High.
The Broncos don't suck, guys. I believe in the split.
He says after shitting on the Broncos to start the segment, but
they're not great, but they don't suck.
I mean, Bo Nix should be healthier by this time, right?
Yeah. You also get the altitude of Denver too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, we'll give 6-1, 6-1, 6-1 for the Broncos. Going into the Jets game, 7-1. I'm not even going to ask you guys. They're beating the Jets. Now we have an interesting game because it's mid-season now. What's happened with the Tua situation? What's gone on with this whole QB room in Atlanta? It's probably a win either way if we're being realistic. But are you guys all giving it a win? Do you guys think this is frisky here? 7-1 feels tough.
Yeah, this is a spicy little game with Atlanta. I mean, keep in mind the Falcons last year upset the Bills at home and they upset the Rams at home, right? So they have that capability. That's a tricky spot going on the road. That feels like one of those Kansas City just kind of pulls it out, right? Like Chiefs money line, Falcons cover type games. So I think the Chiefs squeeze by, but I would not be surprised if they get upset.
Boys?
Yeah, these next 3 games for those 3 games, the Jets, Falcons, and Cardinals, just seem like maybe one of them is like where they take it for granted, or maybe a look ahead type game, and they kind of fall into playing down to their opponents.
That feels like the Cardinals to me. Like
agreed.
Just like you're going to get the Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson. Like never mind the Jeremiah Love factor now. Like Brissett is. I mean, he should be barking about his contract and getting this raise because he's going to put up numbers again.
I kind of agree. The Arizona game is a super interesting one because the schedule after that is Buffalo, the Rams, Cincinnati, New England, and San Francisco. So just put yourself right. They have the early bye week in week 5, and then you got to get ready for all those games. You got a short week on Thanksgiving to go on the road against the Bills. That's going to be one of those games where the Chiefs are just going to be like, let's coast. Let's find a way to make it get
second half of the schedule.
Bills, Rams, Bengals, Patriots, Niners, Chargers in order, no bye weeks.
And everybody who's left in Survivor will be taking Kansas City that week against Arizona. So what could go wrong?
That's true.
Why is already giving them an L against the Cardinals?
If they didn't take them in the first,
if they didn't take them already,
prior.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, they'll probably take them against the Jets, maybe, but especially with that schedule that they have left, like, I mean, if you're left, you're going to take them against Arizona.
Shag said he sees 14-3. Shags, who are your 3?
So all right, can we agree they lose to the Cardinals 7-2? 7-2 heading into Buffalo.
He says Buffalo, Rams, Chargers road games are his 3.
7-2 heading into Buffalo. I think that Buffalo game could be an L. I think this is the beginning of the toughest of the tough.
Yeah.
Like maybe back-to-back L's here. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah. I'm on board.
All right, so now we're 7-3, 7-4 after that Rams game too. Is everybody in agreement? They lose the Rams game?
Yes.
All right, 7-4. Now going into Cincinnati, is Joe Burrow healthy?
In Cincinnati or at home?
Oh, sorry. In Cincinnati.
Okay.
In Cincinnati, yep.
So they're on their 3rd road game here. Ooh. They're on their 3rd road game going into Cincinnati. If Burrow's healthy, man, that's a shootout.
I like the Bengals. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I think the Chiefs lose 3 in a row, maybe even 4 in a row. If they lose that Arizona game.
I would lean Bengals there too.
7-5.
That's the team he's always struggled against. I mean, everybody's got one team, one player that they struggle, and for Mahomes, it's always been Cincinnati. So
7-5 is what I'm hearing.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. All right, 7-5 going into the Patriots game. Adam, I'll start off with you. Are they beating the Patriots?
I mean, of course not. No.
Okay. Yeah. I think that's a win for the Chiefs. I think they get back on track after what's looking like 4 losses in a row.
Yes, win.
I can't in good conscience answer this question.
All right, 8-4, 8-4. Niners game in Kansas City. Niners obviously having to play in the cold. What are we thinking about this one? I think that's a KC win again.
I agree.
This one's tough, but I think that maybe this is where KC start to, after losing a couple in a row, start to figure it out and get hot at the right moment.
Adam, plus 3 against 1, but do you have any argument that you think it flip us?
No. I mean, the only thing that I come back to is, and this is just as relevant for Kansas City as it is for San Francisco, you've got 2 divisions that are kind of 3-headed monsters that I truly don't know who's winning these respective, divisions. And obviously at this stage of the season, a lot could be on the line for KC against Denver and the Chargers, for San Francisco against the Rams, and, I don't know. I guess the Seahawks. I don't really see it, but whatever. I feel like the Niners, if the last 2 years are any indication, man, like, don't you just feel like they're going to break down? Like, who do we believe is going to, there's going to be some injuries that San Francisco is dealing with this late into the regular season that they're trying to overcome. And it doesn't mean they won't, but the Chiefs probably have the leg up. I'm fine with Kansas City here.
Okay. All right. Now, Chargers, we said that they would split this one. So it's 8-5. But no, 9-5? My math is off. 9-5, right?
Yes, correct.
9-5. So now the Raiders game. Last game of the season.
Well, no, it can't be 9-5 because you're
I think it's 10-5 now going into the Raiders game. 10-5.
Not me, but have fun.
Dub.
You beat the Raiders, right? 2-0 against the Raiders.
Yeah.
Even though Fernando Mendoza is probably still starting at him, right?
Right.
Yeah. I got it. Yeah. 11-5 feels right.
11-5 feels like a very appropriate total. I mean, what's their win total? Is it 10.5?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me see. Pull it up.
I think it's 10.5. 11-5.
Yeah, man. I mean that stretch from Thanksgiving to Christmas is just ridiculous.
Crazy.
I was just gonna say it has to be 12-5. What team we got?
And that's another reason why
plus money to the over.
That's another reason why, like, I have no problem with us starting the Chiefs like 5-0, 6-0 to start the season. Because as a team that missed the playoffs last year and as a veteran team, they know they got to stack those early wins because they know the losses are coming at the end of the year. They also got an early bye week, so they know they're going to be beat up, and they got to win those early games. So I would look to bet Kansas City early in the year. I think they're going to get off to like a 5-0, 6-0, 6-1 start, and then you'll start to see the losses coming at the end.
The way that I would approach this win total, if I'm really thinking about it, and I know Shags wouldn't agree because Shags, again, sees 14 wins on the schedule, which means conservatively he's looking at 12. So he sees 10.5 plus money to the over, hammer it, right? Like get your money. I'd go the other way. I would go, I'd take it down to 9.5, right around -150, -160, and I'd play the over that. I'm willing to lay the juice on the Chiefs getting to 10 more so than I believe Kansas City getting to 11.
Okay, I can see that. I could definitely see that. I think the Chiefs are going to have a little bit of a good year. I think that this team is well coached. They've got the QB for it. It all really depends on that defense, right? The defense really let them down in years past, but last year wasn't so bad. The offense wasn't there. I do think, though, that a healthy squad is going to be probably lead this division once again. Broncos feel like they had a fluke year. I don't believe in the Broncos whatsoever.
Why hasn't Tyreek Hill signed there yet? Doesn't that feel like an inevitability? Like, how has that not happened? I mean, I know you have Rashee Rice, and I know you have Xavier Worthy. You can only expect so much out of Travis Kelce at his advanced football age.
I still can't believe they signed him to a 3-year contract. Like that just that was just I thought he was done. I mean, I'm pretty sure we all watched him last season and like I was like, okay, yeah, this guy he's just done. Like this is it.
I mean, Eric Bieniemy's back there running the offense. That's a reason to be upbeat about Mahomes.
Right. Tyreek Hill's not healthy though, is he? Because that was last year where that leg got fucked up. Like
that was last year.
Yeah,
it was, but it was early in the year. Let's see. Mid-season return timeline expected based on what Google's telling me.
So maybe this second half of the season gauntlet that they have to go to, they bring in Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised doing them like they brought Bieniemy back, right? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah. But 12-5, I feel like that's a respectable number. So we like the over here too. I feel like I think
we actually did 11-6.
11. Who's the sixth loss? We got the
Chargers, the Seahawks.
Oh, the
Bills,
Seahawks.
Rams. Yeah, Bills, Rams, Bengals, and then possibly the Cardinals.
It's gonna be tight.
11-6.
All right, this was great. Thanks, Jackson. Thanks for bringing this up. We got a couple of baseball plays to pitch. PJ, you have some stuff on the diamond too before we get out of here and build a parlay?
Let's see. I wrote about the Nats on the website today. Oh, they just won 8.
Yeah, they're crushing.
Smoked it. Love that. I have the Red Sox. Yeah, I would. We talked about the Red Sox. They keep getting bet up, but I like them at -120, so I think that's a good play. Kind of want to go back to the well with the Dodgers again today. Fading Aaron Nola at home. He stinks. So like the Dodgers a little bit, but my favorite play tonight would probably be Boston. Keep riding the wave.
I like it. I also like that fade Aaron Nola look. He's been really bad this year, giving up a ton of hard contact. And I would say that Dodgers lineup is filled with bats that haven't had great career numbers against Nola that might tonight get some, a chance at some revenge. I like Max Muncy to go yard in that game too. I do have 2 big-time hitters, 2 home runs that I have bet for tonight. First is the kid for the White Sox, Colson Montgomery, back in the lineup after a night off, +280 to go yard. the guy's just been fantastic. He's got 24 home runs in just over 90 games. He had 21 home runs in 76 games last year. He has been really good and probably their best power bat in the lineup. I do think that his matchup tonight also just really calls for a good spot. He's going up against who are the White Sox playing tonight? They
Texas.
Texas. This is just a stadium and a guy that I do think that it's going to be. Kale Quantrill is the guy that I'm looking to fade tonight. He is leaning heavy on a pitch mix that I think Montgomery's just going to crush. He's batting .345 against cutters this year, and that is something Quantrill really relies heavily on. They're going with an opener, so Quantrill will come out probably late in that second or third inning, but I do think we'll see enough at-bats against him for Colson to get one over the fence. And then a little bit chalkier, but Yordan Alvarez at plus 220. The guy's great at home. He hasn't hit a home run here at Dyken Park for a couple of games now, but his slugging jumps to 739 at home, 372 batting average, and a 60% hard hit rate. Just, give me Yordan against Sandy Alcantara tonight. So those are my two plays, 2 home runs. We can take the HRR too, or just the total bases for either guy. I do like both spots. Adam, any baseball from you today? Any system plays still left?
System plays still left include the Angels are down 1-0 right now in the 7th to the Cardinals, but the Angels are a system play if anyone wants to jump in on the live line. But games that have yet to begin, the Guardians, the Rays, the Astros, and running back the Red Sox again. We got them earlier, but we're going back, obviously, for the doubleheader sweep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. All right. Should we build a parlay and get out of here, boys?
Let's do it.
All right.
Absolutely.
So should we go with the Red Sox since you guys both like that one?
I think we have to.
Yeah.
Right?
Go with
Red Sox?
Yeah.
BTP, did you want to go with Griezmann or do you want to go with something maybe a little bit safer that you like?
Yeah, let's just do like the totals just in case they don't start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't want to risk them not starting. I mean, obviously for the late night, I think do we want for the parlay, what kind of odds? Do we want like minus 110? Do we want minus 200?
Oh, anything that's, I'd say we probably usually draw the line like minus 250 just so that we don't lose on, I hate that just feels worse.
I mean, we got to do a late night play in the San Jose game for our end of the night special here. I think for that one, I want to do, what do you have both teams to score at? It's got to be hovering around like 250, 225.
Let me take a look. That should be good. I feel like that feels good for the parlay. I know Adam likes it.
Obviously.
Yeah. Let me just find it. Oh, shit. Obviously, my first time looking for MLS on my book.
Biz and Beast just terrorizing me in the chat right now.
I like that, and then if you want to do another one, I like Chicago plus half a goal at like minus 150.
Okay, I'm down for both of them. I don't know why, but the whole page has been taken down off my book right now. But Jackson, do you have it on yours? No. All right. Nothing. No, nothing. What the hell? All right,
which one are we looking for?
MLS. All the lines are taken down. All right, hold on. No, I got it on a different book. Let me see this now.
I have MLS. What are you looking for?
Both teams to score in that San Jose game late night.
San Jose. Both
San
teams
Jose,
to
Orlando,
score is minus 235 to the yes.
All right, let's take that. Got it.
And then Chicago plus half a goal.
And Chicago plus half a goal.
Yeah, that should be like around minus 150. Good little parlay piece.
Gotta find the spread. Having trouble finding the spread.
Got you guys working.
I know, I'm trying to find it too. Yeah, we got to learn. All right, I found it. Minus 175. Nice.
There you go.
Where do you find the spread?
You got to scroll down, and then it literally says spread. It's like by team total goals. It was in a very odd place. I will say that. All right. And then the Red Sox on the money line.
Mm-hmm.
And then for myself, let's go with Colson Montgomery's bases. Where is he at? We won't take that.
I'm going to have to wait until this finds its way to Twitter, and then I can jump in.
That sounds good. Actually, you can do the HRR for Montgomery at -113. All right, +694. +694. You got both teams to score in the San Jose Earthquakes versus Orlando City game. You got the Chicago Fire +0.5 goal. Red Sox on the money line and 2+ HRR for Colson Montgomery of the Chicago White Sox. +649.
It's a nice hit.
Sounds good.
Feels good.
What about Mbappe, anytime goal scorer?
Fuck, I miss betting on that. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Because that hit just about every single game.
Yeah,
the amount of money that Messi stole from me the last 2 matches when I started really getting aggressive on him too. Yeah, probably like gave back in totality everything that he had won me in the earlier part of the tournament. That was my problem, and this is why people say, you know, have a consistent unit size. And no, I got reckless in the last few days of the World Cup. I mean, it was still a profitable tournament overall, but it was like I think going into the last, you know, whatever it was, week, maybe a little less than that, I think I was up like $1,000 for the tournament, and by the end finished up 500. You know, like I cut it in half.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, my biggest play was Mbappe Golden Boot before the match or before the tournament started. That was like my biggest play that I was the most confident on. So I was really glad to see that come through, and Messi kind of become quiet his last couple games. Yeah.
As a Cristiano fan, I'm sure that was nice for you, BTP. That was nice.
Yes, that as well.
Right? Fed the soul. Chicken soup for the soul, right?
Yes.
All right, boys. Wicked show. Thank you guys. We got a sick parlay +6, 9-49 for the 4 legs. I'll repeat it one more time. It will be up on the timeline. We got the Red Sox on the money line, Colson Montgomery 2+ HRR, Chicago Fire +0.5, and both teams to score in the Earthquakes versus Orlando City match. Boys, this feels good. This feels like the one that might break the curse. I don't think we've hit a parlay on here. We've been going 3 or 4 for like 2 weeks now. So this feels like the squad to do it. This feels like the foursome. Pause.
I like it. Yeah. Listen, this right here is a foursome. This could be a foursome. Right, it's all aligned. It's all aligned.
All right.
That'd be great. Can't wait. All right, everyone. Well, thanks for hanging out. You got loads of sports coming your way tonight. I mean, if you need a fix of soccer, you need to get back on the pitch. You got a lot of MLS. I hope you got that Apple TV package, because you got a lot of MLS coming your way tonight. Nobody's going to be jonesing for soccer. It's right there for you. The level of play might be down a little bit. The name recognition might not quite be the same, but you got a lot of soccer coming your way tonight. So we want to thank Betting the Pitch. We want to thank PJ. Want to thank Vsauce, Beast Behind the Scenes, and active chat with Shags and with Biz and with so many of our friends here at the Betting News Network. I'm going to continue to sit in this chair because this is just my happy place. I'm going to wait until the next show. Just going to sit and meditate on it. Thanks, everybody. Adam, it's been a lot of fun. Again, the Afternoon Bet Espresso here on a hump day. And invest in that almost 7-1 that Beast is going to throw out on the socials very soon. Fellas, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, boys. See ya.
Later, guys.
What you know about rolling down in the deep? Down in the deep. Now I know we all be loving this shit right here. Rolling. What you gonna do? Rolling. What you gonna do? Down in the rolling. What you gonna do? Right, y'all be loving this shit. What you know about